Here we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Can you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our camera. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcasts. When the Homestead Girls Golf Team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable, simple,
Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in Indiana High School football fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Carroll High School, where we have a little SAC Saturday treat. We are excited to be here on a beautiful pre-fall afternoon, mid-evening, as we get set for the last game of our Summit Athletic Conference week number 5. We're through the midway point as we had some doozies last night. Here joining us tonight, Hunter Sosenheimer on the camera, of course. Tim Atkinson here calling your play-by-play, bringing in Joe Walborn. Outstanding to be with you tonight, Joe. First time we've been able to get together because Jeff Mahoney always steals you. So I'm pleased to be having you join us here tonight. And this matchup right here is going to be so exciting. This has been marked on the calendar.
Yes.
What are your thoughts here tonight as we look at this outstanding environment?
Oh, it's going to be an awesome matchup. I mean, it's showdown week, obviously. We had East Noble Leo last night. Leo got the big win. Homestead held serve, beating Snyder. And tonight for Dwenger, it's really an elimination game for the conference. But it's a great matchup. We've heard so much. Obviously, the storyline is Jeffrey Becker comes in over 1,200 yards passing. I mean, look at these stats that just jump off the page with you. I mean, 16 touchdown passes. He's also run for 3 touchdowns, Tim. So when I was a high school quarterback, that was like 2 years of stats for me. So, I mean, but the numbers are huge on offense for Carroll. For Dwenger, Dwenger's going to counter with a really good defense. But I think this game tonight, Tim, I think the difference in this game tonight is going to be how will the Carroll defense do against Bishop Dwenger's offense. And I tell you what, it's a strange year, obviously, with 2020. But Dwenger's had a hard time running the football this year. They're only averaging about 3 yards a carry. So Dwenger's going to have to crank up that run game tonight because Dwenger needs to win the time of possession tonight to keep Becker off the field. And let's see that Carroll defense. Carroll's been really playing ahead in these games. And one stat that stuck out with me, Tim, was Carroll only has 3 sacks on the year. Now, you would think with Carroll always so far ahead and other teams being forced to throw the ball, that Carroll defense would have more pressures or more sacks, but they haven't. So to me, as awesome as Jeffrey Becker is, and it's funny, I was driving out here tonight thinking to myself, I think Deuce Taylor is the best passing quarterback in the state, but Jeffrey Becker may be the best quarterback in the state. So obviously Becker's awesome, but what will that matchup of that Dwenger offense against that Carroll defense? I think that's what's going to decide your game.
Yeah, that's great stuff there. Joe Walborn, of course, join us here, SummitCitySports.com, bringing this live broadcast. The weapons are galore. A real question mark for Dwenger, of course, and Devin Tippmann. They're just two-way monster dealing with that injury. We'll see how serviceable, I guess, is the right word. Because without him, they are a different team.
Yeah, totally, and he's awesome. We talk about offense, obviously running the football, but on defense, he's got 18 tackles, 5 tackles for a loss, 2 sacks. And you saw in the second half, I felt like Homestead kind of wore Dwenger down, but you saw with Tippmann not in there the difference in that defense. And really last week when you watched the tape and go through the game, Tim, Dwenger, I feel like they just didn't play well. I mean, 2 turnovers, lots of penalties. Dwenger never commits penalties. I even saw a personal foul penalty, which you never see with Dwenger. And then the false start on that 3rd down. They had multiple opportunities to close that game out. And then the blown coverage on 4th and 13. Now, hats off, and that was a gutsy play call to go for it for 2 points in the 3rd overtime. But I think at that point, Homestead had kind of worn Dwenger out. But I agree with you. Devin Tippmann is an incredible high school football player, and he's also a leader and really the heart of this Dwenger team.
Yeah, coming off that huge loss last week, of course, that you mentioned, the triple overtime to Homestead. But Carroll, they're in the driver's seat right now as far as the Summit Athletic Conference goes. They're the only undefeated squad. They of course, still get to play Homestead, but they got Dwenger in front of them right now. They have the perfect opportunity to take that stranglehold of the SAC this year.
Yeah, they do, and I thought Carroll was really awesome last year. Homestead was literally with that senior class, and they had a couple of really competitive games, and Carroll was a little bit younger, so I felt like Carroll could make that next step this year, but they do. They have a shot tonight. They got Dwenger at home, Then they get Wayne next week, and then they have Homestead. So they've got their schedule setting up real nice.
Yes.
And Jeffrey Becker is just playing absolutely out of his mind. I mean, it's unbelievable, the numbers. 16 touchdown passes, no interceptions.
Woo.
He's run for 3 touchdowns, 8 yards a carry. Over 1,200 yards passing. I mean, it is just
silly.
Sick. It's just sick and silly. He's accounted for 19 touchdowns, and dare I say it, that those whispers of Mr. Football begin to kind of come around when you put up numbers that big. But that's the problem what Dwenger's going to have to do. Now, Dwenger, I feel like their staff, they traditionally, Tim, do a great job with the game planning, and Dwenger is fantastic with in-game adjustments. But with Becker tonight, I was really impressed with the first-year coordinator for Dwenger, Nepper. He did a nice job against Deuce Taylor when they went up against Northside, because what he did was he went with delay blitzes, and he brought those blitzes up the middle. And as an old quarterback, I hated it when you blitzed me up the middle because you took away my passing lanes. But tonight with Becker, for Coach Nepper and Dwenger, you want to get that pressure on Becker, but you better bring your defensive ends upfield and create a box and keep Becker in that box, because what makes Becker as good as Deuce is, and the pure pass to the Deuce is, Becker is dangerous when the play breaks down, because you've seen it, Tim, and you've seen a lot of football in your career. Becker can spin, he can make plays, and what's amazing about Becker when you watch his tape is he's so accurate. Even when he's off balance or he's he's so accurate. So Dwenger, what I would do with Dwenger is I would use the game plan I used with Deuce, but you had better get your ends to keep contained and make Becker play in the box. And that would be my game plan tonight for Dwenger. And really, that's about the best you can do. It's not very often, Tim, that you and I do a game where one guy can just dominate a game plan on what you do and take control. But Jeffrey Becker is that kind of player.
Yeah, that's why he's definitely getting really hard looks there. Miami of Ohio, absolutely in love with him from what I heard. But yeah, Becker is a special talent, and he has some weapons. Mason Englert, Jameson Coverstone. I mean, 2 real nice targets. Also, Bowden Height. He has weapons out there. All over the place, and he uses them. He spreads that pill around.
He does. And those guys have to be ready, because Becker's so good, that ball can come anywhere. And it's funny with Mason, with Engler, I had to redo my calculators. I was like 26 yards average a catch.
Right.
Let me recalculate
Come on,
that.
that's not
I was
right.
like, well, that is right, But you're right. They spread that ball around, and what I like about the offense with Carroll, when you watch the tape, Tim, it's tempo.
Yeah.
Carroll, and then when Carroll gets in that no huddle and they are so difficult, and that's where Dwenger's going to have to. And if I'm Carroll tonight on offense, that's how I attack Dwenger's defense. I get in that no huddle early. I take away the ability of the coaches for Dwenger to make the substitutions or really game plan on, because if I'm in my no huddle, I'm rolling. But I tell you, offensive football, as you know, is about timing and tempo, and Carroll has both those things.
Yeah, that's why it's going to be so key for Dwenger to control the line of scrimmage, control possession, time of possession. And they have an experienced signal caller in Brendan Lytle, pretty much a 3-year starter for Coach Garrett. And, Brendan Lytle tonight is going to have to be methodical. He cannot make any mistakes tonight, pick out his big targets. And Rocco Sioka, one of the real up-and-coming players here in the city, if not the state, starting to get high-level looks. But he has weapons as well. But it's going to be key for Lytle to take care of that ball in possession.
Yeah, he does. And I think Lytle didn't play real well last week. And I tell you what, I really like Lytle. We hear so much about Becker and Taylor, but I think Lytle's a top 10 quarterback too, and he kind of flies under the radar because Becker and Taylor are the more sexier players.
Hot commodity.
Hey, Lytle has a state championship for him, but I like Lytle. Lytle is very efficient, throws the ball well. I felt like last week when I watched the tape in the first half, Lytle really wasn't hanging in the pocket. He wasn't trusting his offensive line. He was moving around a lot. And if I'm Dwenger tonight, too, with Lytle, I might throw the ball a little bit on first down, too. You have a hard time getting your run game going. You've got a tight end, Jack Titman. It's a beast out there. And talking to some of the Homestead kids after the game last week, there was so much respect from the Homestead kids for the Dwenger kids, but they really talked to me about Henry O'Keefe and Jack Titman. We all know that Siako is a stud, but Homestead had problems staying with that big tight end, and they also talked to me about how good and how quick O'Keefe is on the outside. So Dwenger has some weapons. Obviously, they want to run the Titmans between the tackles. Yep. But if I'm Dwenger, I might come out here and maybe I might give you a little bit of some first down easy passes, kind of what the Patriots used to always do with Brady. They kind of open up that run game, then come back. But you're right. Lytle, 7 touchdown passes, 1 interception. What I love about Lytle, his quarterback rating is 128. Good high school quarterback.
Absolutely.
Very underrated.
Absolutely. Well, let's now take a short break. We're going to throw you to our pregame here with our owner, Jeff Mahoney and Casey O'Boyle. Outstanding stuff that they give us every week on all of the games. So putting a lot of work into this. So we're going to throw it to there. We'll be right back with a little bit more pregame, and we'll get right into this Saturday night. Come on, Saturday night, Summit Athletic Conference matchup.
Well, we have a Saturday night game, just like you said. Back in the past, in the early 90s, we used to have Saturday night games, especially when Southside was playing over at Wayne Stadium. But this is going to be exciting. All eyes are going to be on Bishop Dwenger at Carroll. Can the Saints rebound after that tough loss and going into 3 overtimes and slow down this Carroll offense?
That's the big question. I'm not sure if they can. If you look at what Carroll's done this year, averaging over 55 points a game, it's just been, again, the Jeff Becker air show, averaging over 300 yards passing per game. Mason Englert, senior wide receiver, junior wide receiver Jamison Coverstone are his 2 top targets. You get the feeling there could be somebody else lurking. Cam Hedgecock, is my understanding, is he is going to get more reps this weekend. Perhaps he could be an X factor because Bishop Dwenger is they're going to have to pick their poison. And Luke Carmody had a nice game last week running the ball for Carroll. They have not been very good on that in that particular category, but they haven't had to because they're scoring at such a high clip with Jeff Becker throwing it and running it. This is a daunting task for the Saints. Make no mistake. I spoke with defensive coordinator Dan Nepper, first-year guy, but a very competent, capable defensive coordinator. He likened a lot of what Jeff Becker does to Deuce Taylor out at Northside. They've had that preparation, having already faced the legends this year, the Saints have. So they're going to go right after Becker, I think, with a variety of blitz packages, mostly from those linebackers. They're going to trust that their secondary is going to be able to make some tackles in space. But they're going to have to, I think, Jeff, come up with an interception or something. I mean, Becker's just been incredible this year. No interceptions. If they don't get pressure on him and get the Chargers somewhat uncomfortable, they've got to get a turnover or 2. I think Dwenger, it's important that they keep the game close. If they play with a lead, they're in a great position to pull off an upset. But if they fall behind, they're really not built, I don't think, to get into a shootout with Carroll. If it's if this gets in the mid-30s or more, it's Carroll's game. I think the Saints need to keep it somewhere, the 27, 28-point range, and they've got a legitimate shot if they can keep Carroll under, let's say 34 points.
Yeah, and since we're going to clip this off and play before the game, just once again revisit Devin Titman, who is vitally going to be important for the Saints in this one.
Yeah, again, it's my understanding. I actually spoke with his father. I ran into him at a St. Charles Holy Cross game the other night, and he said he's playing. He's good to go. He's got that. It's my understanding it's kind of an AC joint or whatever. I'm no doctor, but it's a shoulder thing that it's just something he has to deal with and play with pain. But I think they rested him a few days this week. Both teams get an extra night of practice playing on Saturday night. I think that benefits the Saints, and I think an extra day of rest for Devin Titman is a big factor as well. They've got to have him on the field. He was not in the overtime sessions last week against Homestead, and it was pretty glaring. But he is so valuable making all those plays in the middle of the field for the Saints. They have to have him. And I think they want to probably run him a little bit more this week too, Jeff. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him get a few more totes because the Saints are going to have to, I think, dictate tempo to a certain degree and keep that high-scoring offense on the sideline for Carroll.
a neat matchup in this game. We saw Vinny Fiacable with the INT off the deflection last week. But Vinny Fiacable kind of manning that defensive line, and then Reeve Muncie over there at Carroll. Seems like an intriguing matchup.
Yeah, and they both play both ways. I mean, Reeve Muncie, along with Hunter Mertz, both play on both sides of the ball. But Reeve is a two-way lineman, 3-year starter, really big, strong kid. Doesn't get quite as much fanfare as Vinny Fiacable does, but a very, very good high school lineman. And I think, those are going to they're going to have some battles. There's no doubt about it. I think Austin Busher is another lineman for Bishop Dwenger. He and Vinny are going to have to lead this offensive line. The offensive line to this point hasn't quite gelled, I think, the way the Saints had hoped, because they're just not running the ball. And I think, again, a lot of fanfare on Jeff Becker, and rightfully so, but the Bishop Dwenger Saints have a 3-year starter behind center in Brendan Lytle. And I think he's an X factor here who people somehow tend to forget. I think Brendan is a very, very good high school quarterback who plays in a pretty pedestrian vanilla offense, so that his numbers are very, very quiet. But, and, if he was playing at the South Adams, at Carroll, at Northside, his numbers would be pretty darn impressive. And but again, his completion percentage is about 65%. He's got some weapons in Rocco Sioka and Henry O'Keefe. There was that shot that you had on the center spread there. Really great picture from John Martin of Henry's diving catch last week. And then Jack Tippmann at tight end. So he's got some weapons. Their numbers are pretty quiet, because those early wins were all against teams that they should probably beat, and they took care of business somewhat early, with the exception of the Northside game. And so their offense has just been very, very quiet. Brody Dixon, the offensive coordinator at Bishop Dwenger, has to open things up. They have to do more. I think they need to throw more on first down. I think Brendan Lytle needs to run the ball more. They have to use his athletic ability. He's a gamer. He's a seasoned guy that's very competitive, a 3-sport athlete. If you want to win this game and put yourself back in pole position to win a city title, perhaps, you have to bring your best. And I think Brendan Lytle needs to play a huge role in this game tomorrow night, and they have to use his legs and his arm.
Do you think this is the game where Jeff Becker eclipses 100 yards rushing for the first time this year?
It may, because they may be putting so much emphasis on stopping him through the air that he may get some opportunities. Again, Carroll wants an SAC title, make no mistake about it. They know if they lose this game, they might lose that tiebreaker to the Saints. So, they want this very, very badly out at Carroll. And Jeff Becker, same thing. They're going to ride him. Andy Papagiannis is the offensive coordinator out of Carroll. I know Andy very well. He will call whatever play necessary to make sure they get first downs and touchdowns. And Jeff Becker will be the catalyst for 95% of what they want to do.
Yeah, it's just going to be really neat to see that Dwenger defense, and if they can keep Becker contained, because they're certainly going to try to bring the pressure, kind of like what we saw at Northside. I can only assume. For Carroll, after this Dwenger game, they'll have Homestead in 2 weeks on October the 2nd, and then Concordia on October the 9th, a Concordia team that leads the SAC in interceptions. So not a cakewalk for the Chargers, finishing up the second half of the season.
No, it's not. It's not automatic, but if you look at all 4 of those matchups, after this week, Jeff, I think you feel like Carroll would be a pretty big favorite in all of them. Homestead being a 6A rival, I think certainly being at that game at their place, they might feel like they can get back in the conversation and end up being SAC champs again. Carroll will still be favored. And then Concordia's defense, and you never know what weather is going to be like. We've talked a lot about, talking to my photographers, they've all raved about the beautiful weather we've had now for 6 straight weeks, going back to our scrimmage weeks. It's unbelievable. It's one night after another. It's been gorgeous. It's just, we know that's going to end sooner or later. We're going to get some gray days. We're going to get some chilly nights, and we're going to get some rain. It's bound to happen. I got to show you my prop this week. Can you put me put me on the big, the widescreen there. Let me take you over real quick and show you something, Jeff. I don't know if you can flip it, but since we're talking Carroll football, and this is kind of timely, here's can you see that, Jeff?
Oh yeah.
This is the actual Superman Under Armour that I bought for this photo shoot when we went Drew Tranquil's senior year, and I did a story on Drew after his last year at Notre Dame, and what a fantastic ambassador he's been to football. Of course, Drew suffered that nasty injury in the early in the game for the Chargers this past Sunday. Just very sad to see a kid that's overcome so much to get to this level and have his season cut short already. But I heard from his father, and I spoke with his brother Justin last night on the phone, and they both report that surgery went well this week. His spirits are high. He's going to bounce back because that's what the Tranquils do. You see there, he autographed it. He dropped a God bless on me. Go Irish. This is one of my prized possessions. I've got many. I've got Jeff. I've got enough of these fun little prized possessions to do these fun little pre-game shows with you for at least a few years. But that's one of them.
Well, that sounds good. And I think if we know the Tranquils, or if anybody can come back from that injury, it's Drew, as he showed the resilience throughout his career.
No doubt about it. Drew has overcome injuries from high school to college, now in the pros. Same with Justin, little brother Justin, who played at Western Michigan. They've had a lot of unfortunate ACL-type injuries. They always bounce back. He will bounce back. It was, I think, my understanding is a very clean break, simple procedure. They heal really fast, these Tranquil kids do. They do much better than I do. I mean, I get a hangnail. Sometimes I have to climb in bed for a few days. But the Tranquils are tough dudes. They're resilient. He will be back, and he'll be better than ever because that's just how they're wired.
Well, Casey, thanks so much. Enjoy the Friday night lights and the Saturday night lights, as you're going to be busy watching a lot of football this week.
Looking forward to it. This is a great weekend of matchups. I am so excited, and I'm really thrilled about the bonus game tomorrow night, where my eyeballs can be focused just on one game. But, yeah, what a great weekend of high school football.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Carroll High School. Saturday night SAC football. The Carroll Chargers hosting the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Big shout out Jeff Mahoney and Casey O'Boyle for that outstanding stuff. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Real quick, Joe, last night, of course, we had some outstanding matchups and some upsets as well. I was out there at Snyder, and Homestead really has shown their muscle and flexing it. Evan Ornsby really settling in. Outstanding defense led by Luke Palmer and company. They're an outstanding team, and they are on pace right now to get a piece of that SAC title and to keep that victory bell that they won last year.
Yeah, they've played so hard this year. I tell you what, Palmer was a preseason All-State pick, and you ever seen a kid back it up like that? Right. Palmer makes about 12 or 13 tackles a game. That defense is awesome with Kreiner, and they've got so many weapons on that defense. And I like their corners. I like a kid, Austin Keyser, out there at corner, and they come up and they really give you that run support out of those corner positions. But Homestead has been awesome on defense, and dare I say it, this year's defense might be better than last year's defense. But I want to say something about Ormsby. I tell you what, I don't know how he's doing it. I mean, a kid that plays defensive end, and then his senior year he moves back to quarterback. Tim, I mean, I needed all the reps, all the snaps, all the film time, and it still was a struggle sometimes. Right. This is a kid who's unselfish, is called upon, and steps up and comes over and plays the quarterback position. And, man, was he dropping some dimes last night.
Yes, he was. Yeah, I mean, ball flowing in the air. It was an outstanding performance by Evan Ornsby. Big upset last night. Lures over Northside coming up strong.
I'm just absolutely stunned, and the only thing I can point to, I haven't seen the tape yet, is maybe just Northside not having that depth. But, we felt like, Carson with Lures, that quarterback, throws a nice ball, and we felt like Lures would be better this year. So Lures stormed back, too, in the fourth quarter. And how about my Archers, baby? We were down 11 in the fourth quarter. And how about that winning touchdown? I felt like a little bit of life came back to the program. But congratulations to South getting that first win. And it's interesting because all of a sudden now, between Carroll and Dwenger tonight and Homestead Concordia, those are the only 4 teams in the conference have a winning record. And speaking of Concordia, they're a whole different too with Brandon Davis. Now, he threw a couple picks last night, but having Davis there opens up those rush lanes for Amir Drew. Another 170 yards for Amir Drew, and all of a sudden that Concordia defense held Northrop to 130 yards of total offense. So, boy, I tell you what, obviously this is a huge one tonight with Carroll for Dwenger, but, boy, Concordia is out there waiting too. So, man, it's been a great year with the conference. Leo, we were at Leo East Noble last night. Leo gets a big win. Norwell rolls New Haven and Columbia City. So great football across the area.
Outstanding Friday night, as always, as we are ready on the Saturday night right here at Carroll. This is some Indiana high school football back deep for Carroll as they will return it to open up this game. Cade Dynan standing in the center, and the kick by number 9, Joe Belanda. It's going to be fielded at the 7-yard line by Mertz. Mertz is a special player. He's a game breaker, taking it near this sideline, lowers the shoulder. Are you serious? How about a start to the game, Joe?
That's how you start a game if you're Carroll, and Dwenger has to be careful because, first of all, you don't want to give Carroll field position, but you don't want to give them that emotion and that quick start. We were just talking about it off the air. It's so important for Dwenger to get off to a good start and kind of slow Carroll down here. But, man, what a return with Mertz right there. Great field position for Carroll, and here they come.
Yeah, and we failed to mention him in the pregame. He is like the Devin Tittman for the Carroll Chargers. This kid is a Mr. Do-Everything. His linebacking skills are outstanding as Carroll comes out here for wide receiver set as they love to open it up here with Becker. Becker, 2-step drop, takes a peek. He's going to waggle out far side out of pressure, throws on the dime, on the run. How about that? Pitch and catch to Cooper Rudolph.
Beautiful, and Rudolph runs a nice route. And what I like about that play is Rudolph just sits out there on the hook, Tim, and Becker's very calm, moves out of the pocket and resets his feet. So nice quarterback play by Becker and off to a fast start.
Just a junior, ladies and gentlemen, as well. Let's not forget that is Jeffrey Becker. He's in the shotgun once again. 3-step drop, getting pressure, good pressure. We got a fumble. And I think Becker did recover it, but we got a flag. That's going to be a hold.
Yeah, it's going to be a hold. Becker was lucky to get his hands on that. Looked like that was John Michael Fabini that was collapsing the pocket, and also on the push was looked like maybe Joe Eddy. So Joe Eddy and John Michael Fabini collapsed that pocket. Let's take a look at it here on the Traction AP replay. Look at that. Boy, look at it. Look at how strong John Michael Fabini is. Boy, is he strong with his hands and moves that offensive lineman into the backfield, Tim. And I tell you what, that's a devastating penalty also for Carroll.
Yeah, way back here, first and forever to start this drive here. First, the ball's going to be spotted on the 42-yard line. 4 wide receiver set. Becker looks near side, has man-to-man coverage going deep, looking for Englert, and picked. What a play on the ball. Are you serious? Here's the return. That's number 30 is Adam Lee. Takes it out over the 40-yard line, and what a play on the ball. How about a start, ladies and gentlemen, for a Saturday night?
Yeah, what a start for Dwenger, and how about the ball skills by Lee up over his shoulder to make that play. Wow, I thought Becker had him initially, but Lee closes down the coverage. Fantastic play by Lee.
What a play.
Oh, they're going to get him for pass interference.
Wow.
We got to watch we got to watch the replay on this. That looked clean to me, my friend. I thought that was great coverage. Wow, that's a devastating penalty.
So that will be a huge, huge call. And now what an emotion roller coaster. Dwenger's got to settle in defensively right now, Joe. Forget about it, as they're going to spot that at the 9.
Yeah, it felt like there was some hand fighting, but it felt like Lee really just outran the receiver and made that catch, Tim.
Okay, Joe, looks like they called on the return. On the return.
Okay, he gave us a bad signal.
Yep.
So I take it back. So big turnover already. bookmark that, my friend. Good start for Dwenger.
Here we go with Lytle. He's in the shotgun, 3 wide receiver set to the far side. Little swing out, beautiful pitch and catch to Sam Campbell. Turns it upfield, makes the first man miss, cuts it back inside and is clotheslined.
Woo! Man, I tell you, better watch out over there. Guys running backside, dropping their pads. I like the play call, though. How about that? That's almost like a run. You swing the ball out, Tim, get your guy on the edge, and that's a nice play.
So that's, I believe, going to be a face mask, personal foul. It is, so add 15 yards at the end of the play, and Dwenger now moving into good field position.
Yeah, and Campbell's lucky his head's still on his shoulders after that, but man, oh man, I like that play call, and that's what Dwenger needs to do. It doesn't have to be real complicated passing on first down, just some short passes. You've got talent in Campbell and O'Keefe on the edge.
Leave it up to Lytle, their senior quarterback, to make the decision in your pocket as they go trips near side. Lytle in the shotgun. He's going to waggle here near side, looking downfield. Has a man open at the sideline. Ooh, a near Beckham-like catch. And just behind him, but he was open, was number 86, Rocco Sioka.
Yeah, he was open, and Lytle had him. Lytle was being careful, but you got to trust your read and let that ball go. Sioka was open early on the break, and Lytle was late with the ball that time. So pretty good defense with Carroll. Let's see what this Carroll defense can kind of get their legs and see if they can slow Dwenger down a little bit.
2nd and 10 for the Saints. Off the pick by Adam Lee, the junior, strong safety. Lytle back in the shotgun. 3 wide receiver set as well still. It's KJ Tippmann in the backfield. He's out in the flat. Lytle on the run, has a man. Campbell, what a catch. Come on, kids. Kids are about to step up their game tonight. You've seen it already.
I see you out there. Wow, I see you out there, Sam Campbell. What a catch. I was just about to say it about Lytle. You're throwing the ball late. You're not throwing on time. But Campbell bails him out there. And, wow, is Dwenger ready to play some ball tonight, my friend?
Yeah, Lytle, you see him out there in the pocket,
Moving
and that
around.
is what he's been impressive with as well.
And the touch on that ball.
Yeah, outstanding stuff right there from their senior quarterback. And, of course, Campbell laying out. Had that first reception on the opening play of the drive as well. As we mentioned it, Joe, you did in the pregame, maybe try to open it up passing here tonight against Carroll to start it. Here is Lytle once again, twin wide receiver set to the far side. He's going to hang in KJ Tippmann. Dragging tacklers out near the 25-yard line where he's swallowed up by a pair of Chargers. And number 36 was Dylan Bennett.
Yeah, Bennett comes down with Jackway. I like Jackway, number 16. Jackway goes about 6'5". He's about 220 now, only a junior, just full of talent. But they close down on that play, but Dwenger wins on first down. If you can get 5 or 6 yards with your run game on first down, this is where Dwenger is really dangerous on these 2nd and shorts.
So it will be KJ Tippmann. Had a heck of an offseason. Hearing from a lot of players, including his father, as he'll go on the left hip of Lytle. Lytle looking to throw once again. They are opening it up. Sioka on a little flag route. Another diving catch for a Bishop Dwenger wide receiver, and that's the stud, Rocco Sioka.
Nice way to lay out by Sioka to make that catch. But that's why I like Lytle. Lytle is so accurate, and he put the ball where nobody else could get it but Sioka, and that's a heck of a throw by Lytle. It's the old post corner on that, but he puts it towards the sideline so Sioka can make that catch. Fantastic quarterback play, and Dwenger is playing with some tempo early on.
Lytle throwing it on the money here to start. They're going to same formation, just flip-flop it near side. Lytle, this is going to be a quarterback draw on the sweep. Can they get to the edge? We got a flag down. And I believe we're probably going to get a hold. It will be a hold, so null and void that. Take that back 10.
Yeah, and on that situation, that's the guard it looked like, Tim. And that's where Dwenger's had their struggles this year on the offensive line, has been their interior guards. And what happens on that play is you can get at that pad plate and lock them up, but you can't hold on. You got to let go. And that's where guys get flagged. They really hang on. So that's going to be a big penalty for Dwenger. And that really hurts Dwenger, and it takes them out what they want to do down the goal line.
So that will back them up, as you mentioned. So all the momentum rolling there, and that penalty marker can do some crazy things to an offense and a defense as well. But 20 still on the play clock, plenty of time. Lytle is going to break the huddle with KJ Tippmann. They're going to go trip wide receiver set to that far side. That's going to be number 83, Jack Tittman, your tight end on this right side. Lytle takes a snap, getting him out in the pocket once again. Lytle shouldering up, throws it into the end zone, and no one there. A couple of Saint wide receivers in that same vicinity.
Yeah, he wanted to get that ball to Sioka, but how about Mertz out there? We talk so much about Mertz. He's the short yardage back. He's the special team star. Comes in tonight, 15 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, 1 sack, and that time he shows you that he can cover the big wide receiver.
8:09 left in this first quarter, 2nd and 14. Ball's on the 16-yard line.
This would be a great call for a screen. Carroll is so aggressive with their linebackers in their front.
That's Henry O'Keefe, wide receiver on that far side. A little flip here. Sioka lowers the shoulder, but Hunter Mertz meets him in the hole, and he's going to win most of those battles.
Wow, and Sioka's a big kid. Sioka's about 6'5", 190, and Mertz just drops him. And these linebackers, we talked about Mertz. How about McInnes? McInnes makes about 8 tackles a game.
Right.
He is tough. He's got the 1 interception. Tucker Steele, 6 foot, 200 pounds. And Jorge Valdez, you know, he's the speed. So Carroll's loaded at linebacker.
3rd and 12. 2-yard gain, 7.5 minutes left in this first quarter. Can the drive stall here? Can Carroll force Bishop Dwenger's Saint field goal? As KJ Tittman does check in, he's going to flip over to the right side. Nope, he's going to go right behind Lytle, and they're going to get a timeout here early for the Saints. And we'll step away real quick here. You are watching Summit Athletic Conference football right here from SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7:21 left in this first quarter. 3rd and 12. Huge 3rd down play, obviously, for the Saints and, of course, the Carroll Charger defense. As now Carroll's bringing their squad over to the sideline. Not sure what's going on over there near side here, Joe.
I'd be careful here if I'm Carroll, because last week Dwenger was able to get a touchdown. Brennan Lytle had a quarterback draw on a 3rd and long, and Homestead was chasing wide receivers, and they got the seal in the inside backer for Homestead, overran the play. Now Carroll's strong at linebacker, but Lytle is sneaky out there. Lytle has a good arm, but he's also sneaky with his athletic ability. He's much better than what it seems. So you better account for Lytle. If they spread you out, you better be ready for that quarterback draw.
They will go trips bunched up on the short side of the field. KJ Tittman in the backfield with Lytle. Lone wide receiver to the near side is Rocco Sioka, 3rd and 12. A little pre-snap motion here. Did that a lot against Homestead last week, Joe. Let's see what they decide to do. Now trips near side. Lytle. Good pocket by the offensive line. Oh, threw it right. And a touchdown. No, he's out of the end zone. I think he's shy, but Sioka tip. Catch. Wow. Are you serious?
That's when you're living well. Lytle throws it right to Valdez. Valdez can't hold it, and Sioka gets to carom. And we'll see if he's short or if it's going to be a first down.
It looks
right
like the 2-yard line-ish there, Joe.
Good call. They're short. Now, here you go. Your big early play of the game. Let's see what Dwenger does here. I love the Tittman. I love Tittman at tight end, Tim. He's such a weapon down here.
Yeah, Jack Tittman, an outstanding. That junior class altogether has been talked about for years here for Bishop Dwenger as they go will the big backfield here in the goal line. Devin Tittman in for the first time on offense. They're going to get the handoff to Tittman, making the play. The big fella, I believe that was number 64. It was Ethan Klingler. Outstanding play on that defensive line, breaking through.
great push up front in the defensive line. I liked what Lytle did. He went on a quick count trying to help his offensive line out. But I tell you, that defensive line with Muncie and Jackway, and I tell you, they get in there and get the penetration, and that's a huge stop for the Carroll defense.
6:39 left in this first quarter. The offense for Carroll will take over, but deep in their own end. Becker about 3-4 yards back there in the pistol. 3 wide receiver seat set. Easy for me to say. To the far side. Lone wide receiver to the near side. Here's Becker in the backfield with Lazoff. Lazoff with the carry. Big hole. Making the first one miss and then is swallowed up and hammered backwards. Nice play defensively, but that went all the way to that third level, which ain't going to do you any good if you're Dwenger.
Yeah, and that's Vance on the hit out there, number 12 for Dwenger. But you're right. The way Lazoff, if he can hit that hole quick like that, that really makes Carroll dangerous on offense. Nice play from their goal line.
Becker in that shotgun you'll see pretty much all game long. Quick look out on the hitch, overthrew his intended receiver and Englert, and that will bring up 3rd and short.
Yeah, and that's just Becker trying to get that ball out there. Colin Stauffer's out there for the defense, and what happens sometimes in that situation as a quarterback, you want to get that ball out there so fast that sometimes you're just not quite as accurate as you normally are.
Here is Becker, big 3rd down play, field position-wise for the Carroll Chargers. Spread formation. They're going to hand. Nope, he's going to keep it in Becker, but going nowhere. That was Tippmann, and I couldn't see the big fella who got in there as well. But nice play defensively. Short field here for Carroll. They got a punt.
Yeah, good defense that time with Dwenger, and they got some penetration. What was interesting is Dwenger elected to play man-to-man that time and load the box, and Becker probably should have checked out of that play, but I like what Dwenger's doing. Dwenger's disguising some coverages, getting some guys in the box, and really took that run game away there after that.
Back deep for Dwenger. Number 33, Teddy Steele, and number 21 is Henry O'Keefe. Look, it will be Englert to kick. Low hop. Dwenger comes. Beautiful kick. My goodness. Steele at the 46-yard line makes one miss, and not the second. Ball came out. Ball came out. It's going to be Carroll ball. Not sure if he was down. It doesn't matter. It wasn't called that way on the field. And Carroll with the huge break here early.
Yeah, and it's Essa Colbert that recovers that fumble. And I tell you, if you can get the plays on special teams, that's the difference maker. Didn't seem like Steele was really going real fast or going anywhere, but just gave it up at the end. But watch Colbert hustle down, Tim, on the Traction AP replay. Right there. Look at him right there. Wow, look at that. That's my ball.
What a play by the Carroll special teams. It started even on the snap there with Englert taking that dribbler and putting out a beautiful ball for his team to get out there in coverage.
Now, you got to be careful if you're Dwenger here. This is danger time. Carroll loves to go up the field and attack you when they get the short field after a turnover.
They're waiting for the chain gang to get in place. That's why the whistles, as you see it in the top of your screen. We have 5:13 left in this first quarter. What a roller coaster ride we're going to be on here tonight on a Saturday evening in Fort Wayne, Indiana, home of Summit City Sports.
Just great football, big plays in this game. And let's see now, see if Dwenger plays a little man-to-man defense now.
Becker, spread formation. That's off in the backfield. He's going to hand to him. Nice hole, nice cut. And finally dragged down after a gain of about 5 yards. Carroll will take that every time.
Yeah, and that's just the patience. If Lazoff can run like that and hit that hole, and what's so important is the one cut and go. You plant that outside leg and get upfield. And that's where the seams are because Dwenger's trying so hard to get the gap control.
Just under 5 minutes, 2nd-5 for Becker and the Chargers. Handoff, Lazoff again. Good penetration by number 22, Sam Pisa. Beautiful read and the tackle. That's right at the line of scrimmage, maybe about a gain of a half yard.
Yeah, Pisa's tough, the way he comes from that outside linebacking position and just drives through that. And I also like Jack Knight up front. Jack Knight's getting some penetration, so big 3rd down here.
Trips to the far side. Becker is going to waggle out far side, being chased by Cable, and another tip ball. We're going to see some crazy things here tonight. As number 62 for Carroll, Max Malcolm, the junior offensive lineman, pulls it down out of the air and actually got a yard or so.
Yeah, Malcolm says, you can throw it to me. Malcolm's going to run to the sideline. He's going to say, you know that beef package you got? I can play some tight end. But that was a break because that could have easily been intercepted.
Right.
Really, the last one was his first interception of the year. But here we go, Tim. What do you dial up here? And this puts so much pressure on Dwenger's defense. Dwenger's got to burn a timeout here and get organized.
4th and 3, they do get the player off late. They're going to hand right up the gut and going nowhere. Big Vinny Cable, outstanding stop on 4th down.
I thought they had Carroll in a mix-up on the switch, but Cable just blows the play off. And when we take a look at this in the Traction AP replay, watch Cable just blow through the line of scrimmage. They can't get him blocked. This is a one-man gang, right? Look at Cable. Boom! Woo-hoo-hoo. That's just picking somebody up and pushing them back and making that play. I see you, Vinny. His brother Mike's always trying to get him to eat healthy. You know,
right.
Mike's a trainer. I said, no. You put some chicken wings on top of that pizza, baby. I love Big Vinny. I see you on that, Vinny. That's how you play D tackle, baby.
Shout out Mike Cable has joined us for a couple broadcasts as well. Here's Lytle. Plenty of space out wide with O'Keefe. O'Keefe is swallowed up there, about a 7-yard gain. And nice first play here to open the drive for the Saints.
Yeah, and timing. I love it when Lytle can get that ball out quick. And I'm telling you, O'Keefe is tough to defend. The Homestead kids told me over and over how quick, and O'Keefe is a really good route runner. So he's a nice security blanket to have out there for Lytle. And I like how Dwenger's throwing the ball a little bit on 1st down.
So we're on the far hash here with Lytle and KJ Tittman. Twin wide receiver set. Little pitch to that short side. KJ Tittman 1st down the sideline. Makes the first one miss. Lowers the shoulder. Another one. How about the junior KJ Tittman?
That's the way you run. Nothing fancy. Tittman gets the edge. The Dwenger tackle kicks the defensive end out, and Dwenger's rolling. That's Dwenger football right there. Watch this block. Watch this pull right there. He sucks him in. Look at that. Wow. Look at it. He gets off his block. Comes back down for some more. Wow.
That's Austin Busher.
That's
number
Busher.
67.
Wow.
Outstanding play.
That's when you go back to the huddle and you tap him on the helmet. I see you, big boy. That's the way you block.
It's not just the skill players here that are going to step up their game. We've seen it everywhere so far. Lytle goes back in the pistol. Twin wide receiver set to the near side. That's O'Keefe and Sioka. That's going to hand to KJ Tittman. KJ Tittman turning those legs. Gets a extra yard on that. That's near the 20-yard line to bring up 2nd at about 7.
I like the way KJ Tittman runs that ball. He always seems to just get extra yards and just grinds it up. And now you kind of feel that physicality of Dwenger, the way they want to run that football. And let's see how this Carroll front handles this.
Lytle will call the play here. 2:04, clock rolling, 2nd and 7. Ball is on the 20-yard line. They're going to go twin wide receiver set to that far side. Going to move Sioka in motion. Lytle looking to throw. On the out, that's O'Keefe. Makes the first one miss. Hops back inside the field. Takes it back out. Another great move, and we have 6 on the board for Henry O'Keefe. Outstanding yak after the catch.
Beautiful. Right on time from Lytle, and there's O'Keefe with the shiftiness. O'Keefe didn't play the first 2 games of the year, and when he came back, I thought it really gave the pop to the offense. I love O'Keefe's game. He's got that little bit of Julian Edelman in him.
Yeah.
Look at that shiftiness.
Woo.
Wow, it's like a running back with the ball after the catch, and wow, boy, it's a whole different Dwenger game tonight, Dwenger team tonight, Tim.
A wonderful play there individually for the PAT. And Dwenger looking to take the 7-0 lead. That is up, and that is good. Outstanding start by both clubs, but Dwenger's going to strike first. We'll be right back. SummitCitySports.com.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 7-0, Bishop Dwenger on top. Tim Atkinson here, Joe Wolborn joining us. 1:41 left in the quarter. Outstanding drive by the Bishop Dwenger Saints, and it started on the turnover downs on 4th and short.
Yeah, it started with Fia Cable making that big penetration and stopping that play, and then you see O'Keefe get involved in the offense, and I love how Lytle's getting that ball out quick.
Yes.
Brandon Lytle is a very good high school quarterback. So let's see what Carroll does. Carroll was a little bit conservative on that last drive. Let's see if they can dial up some of those big plays and get rolling here. But that's what Bishop Dwenger needed. They needed to get out first. We're almost through the first quarter, and this game seems to be slowing down.
Back deep for the Chargers is Mertz, Dynan, and Lazoff. Jumble into kick. One of the best kickers in the Summit Athletic Conference as he will boom it deep. That's going to go out of bounds. I jinxed him. Little broadcaster jinx on that, Joe. I take responsibility.
You take full responsibility, right? And you hate that because Dwenger's always good on special teams. And of all the games, you don't want to give up yards on special teams. It's with Carroll, so now it'll be interesting. Let's see what Carroll does here. Carroll opted to kind of run the ball a little bit, and they seem to be a little bit out of sync on that last drive. So let's see if Carroll can crank it up here and get Becker going. But so far, those Dwenger DBs have done a nice job in coverage.
So Carroll will take over, ball on the 40-yard line on the illegal procedure. 1:41 left in the quarter. Becker and the Chargers need to strike back. He'll take the snap out of the shotgun. Keeps it on the read option. Wide open is Height. And he'll be knocked out of bounds. And nice pitch and catch there to open this drive.
And that's excellent play call there. And that's what I think is most underrated about Becker's game, Tim, is that you see the play action. He shows you the mechanics of that, and that ball comes out quick and right on the money.
Here's Becker. Hurry up offense, spread formation. Takes a peek. The blitz comes from Tittman. Nice little hitch route near side. That's going to be a nice, easy grab by Cooper Rudolph.
And that's there. And that's what Carroll needs to do. Dwenger has to respect that speed on the outside. And right now, Carroll's in timing. They've got their tempo, and they're running their short passing game. Now, if you're Dwenger, you better get a different package in. Now, Dwenger's going to come in with maybe a nickel package. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah, right on cue. They do just that. Hand off to Lazoff up the gut and ran into the big fella. That is number 33, I believe it was. No, that was number 83 who just checked in. That's Jack Tittman playing you a little defense and swallowing that up.
And I like that they put Tittman in because they can put Tittman at defensive end, and he can what he can do on that is really slice into that line and make that stop. And that time, Dwenger slanted into that play, Tim. So that was a great call on Dwenger to slant the defense.
Official timeout. And it looks like they're going to bring out the chain gang, I believe, here to see if we got a first down or not. Well, it does look close, that spot.
I'll tell you, doing the high school football this year and watching the college football has been so sloppy, obviously, because of
lack of reps.
What we're dealing with, lack of reps.
Right.
But the high school has really been crisp. And I think that's really a credit to these coaches in the area. We've seen a lot of good high school ball this year, Tim.
No question about it. When you look at all sports in Fort Wayne, for that matter, I see all of them pretty much here in the Summit City, working here for SummitCitySports.com, and the coaching is outstanding in Fort Wayne, all the way down to the trainers as well. We can't forget about those ladies and gentlemen as well. So we got 1:10 left. Ball's on the 38, 1st and 10 for Becker and the Chargers. Spread formation. Quick out. A little miscommunication, I think, there with Coverstone. I think he was looking for a little hitch route or a little short out there, Joe.
Yeah, what he had was he wanted Coverstone to run the out there because the outside receiver was running the defensive back off. So if Coverstone cuts and runs it out, and Coverstone's so good with his routes, that's probably a big play. So they got to get on the same page with that.
1:02, 2nd and 10 on the incompletion from Becker. They're going to push him out far right and threw it behind Coverstone. That's going to be incomplete. So a rare mistake throwing the ball for Becker. That'll bring up a huge 3rd down and 10 play here for the Chargers.
Let's see what Dwenger does here if Dwenger brings pressure. That time Becker gets outside the pocket, and you're right, just didn't get his feet set on that one. So big 3rd down for Dwenger. Can they get a stop and get the defense back off the field? And do you sit back in a zone here, or do you roll the dice with John Michael Fabini and bring some heat?
Spread formation once again here for Becker. Lazoff in the backfield with him. Becker going deep, man-to-man coverage on that post. Airs it out, 50-50 ball, and a great play. That did hit the ground, but an outstanding bat away. And no reason to try to go for that interception when you can just bat it away. 3rd and 10. You got 4th and 10 now. It's an outstanding play by Noah Thurber.
That's a great play by Thurber, and you nailed it. Thurber could have went up and tried to be a hero.
Check it. That was Callan Stauffer, Joe. Stauffer.
Yeah, you're right. There's 2 24s. You're right. That is Stauffer, and Stauffer's a ball player. And you're right. Stauffer could have went up and tried to make that interception, but you're right. That's the coachable play. Knock the ball down. And how about another stop with that Dwenger defense?
51 seconds left in the quarter. Englert again. End-over-end punt. Dwenger's got to get out of the way. Bounces inside the 15-yard line and will be out of bounds at the 12. 42.5 seconds left. Dwenger will take over now deep in their own end, but you know they're feeling confident at what they did on that last drive.
Totally, and if I'm Carroll, you better be careful with your outside backers because Dwenger's found something with that short passing game. And if I'm Dwenger, I don't get stubborn and try to jam that ball in there running. I let my running game slowly come to me at night. I got O'Keefe, I got Sioka on the outside, and I've got my big tight end. So we'll see if Dwenger's going to be conservative and careful here or if they continue to attack with their offense.
Here is Lytle. 42.5 left in the quarter. 7-0 is the lead for the Saints. 3 wide receiver set, Twins on the near side. I believe that's O'Keefe alone on that far side. Lytle, he's going to hand Devin Tittman. Tittman cuts against the grain, knocks out of a tackle and out to the 20-yard line, and he is just so hard to bring down. He covers up the ball so well as well, but he is a tough runner.
He's just a tough kid. He's a winner, and he makes that cut and gets upfield, and he understands why you have to stay in the hole. And that's he respects those blocks and he stays in the hole. And now after that short passing game, now things are going to open up with that Dwenger offensive line. And the Dwenger offensive line looks much better tonight, Tim, than last week.
So that will do it for the quarter. Dwenger, Carroll, we're locked in a good one, exactly what we expected on the only Saturday night primetime game right here at Carroll High School. We'll take a break and come back for our second quarter action. This is SummitCitySports.com.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Start of our second quarter. Bishop Dwenger with possession, looking to double up on the Carroll Chargers here on this beautiful Saturday evening. This is SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports. And, of course, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell to be notified of all of our live events as they do happen. So this is going to be a huge defensive stance here for Carroll to get some momentum back on their side, because right now it is all with the Bishop Dwenger Saints.
It is, and Carroll needs their defensive line. They need Jackway and Muncie and Ottenweller to step up and start making some plays, because Dwenger's starting to kind of lather up their O-line. They've had some success throwing the ball. Now they can kind of stretch out, and they can come back and run between the tackles. So Carroll needs to step up here and begin to assert their defensive line.
Here is Lytle. They're going to bring him out of the pocket once again near side. Tittman with a good block. Turns and faces up. Double coverage, but a beautiful ball. Are you serious? Woo! What a ball by Lytle. Ran right underneath it. Did Sioka for a huge play.
I can't tell you how impressive that is. That's 40 yards, and that's rolling to your left. And as a right-hander, it is so hard to get that around. That is sick. The ability to make that throw. That's a professional throw right there, and that is phenomenal. And how about Sioka? That was double coverage. That's when you have the respect for your guy. You're like, look, big fella, just go get it. And Sioka makes the play, and wow, man, have these Saints come marching in so far.
And they know what is at stake here tonight with Homestead winning last night, and they've already been beaten by Homestead last week. They need this win to keep pace for a title chance. Tittman, we got a flag on the play, thrown right here on the near sideline. Usually a hold call, but
yeah, it's going to be on O'Keefe that time. O'Keefe just looked like he just buried the defensive back out there, but he had a handful of jersey. So you're going to have a hold on Dwenger, and that's going to be a devastating penalty there to back him up.
11:23 left in this second quarter.
And really, it's too bad. I'm sorry, Tim. It's too bad because O'Keefe didn't need to do that because that Carroll defender ran himself out of the play.
Right.
And just let him go, because Dwenger got the corner on that, but that's a big penalty, and that really backs them up.
So that is a big foul there, no question about it. It'll be first and quite some yardage as Lytle will break on the huddle. Will be Tittman in the backfield. Devin Tittman, I should specify that. 3 wide receiver set, Twins to the near side. 11:23 left. Ball's on the 43-yard line, 1st and 17. Play action. Here comes the blitz, and absolutely drilled by Tucker Steele.
Great call by the defensive coordinator. And I wondered, because if you see that time he's just getting comfortable back in the pocket, Lytle is. And let's look at the AP traction replay. Watch the delayed blitz by Steele. And as he get there in a hurry from the outside linebacker, wow. And that's a great call because Lytle's just starting to get comfortable and kind of feel his oats back there. And, man, do they take that away. And now it's, second and forever this time. Maybe second in Kendallville now. But I tell you what, man, I tell you, though, that's a great play call. And Carroll's awesome at linebackers, so use those blitzes.
2nd and 29. Lytle, another play action. Ooh, ran right into the traffic. Needs to get rid of it. Oh, I thought he was hit late, but he hit his own guy. That's going to be incomplete.
Did he catch? I think Tittman
did he catch that?
Let's see. Did he come up with that?
But they're moving the stick, so yeah.
Yeah, Lytle did a nice job of getting away with that. Looked like it was Muncie that was going to run him down.
Right.
And you're right, Tim. That's a nice job of getting rid of that football. I tell you, that's why you like your tight end. It's not a big gain, but it's enough to kind of get you back across the 50-yard line. So they're talking about it right here. Now, good call, Tim. Boy, your eyes are good, my friend. You had it right the first time. Everybody else is a little bit behind you, so that's incomplete. But I like it. Now, Carroll's starting to play with more emotion, and Carroll's rolling the dice and starting to dial those blitzes up, and that's what they need to do.
Flip-flopping here is Carroll really putting pressure. As you mentioned, Joe, now Lytle will break the huddle, and not a lot of plays here for 3rd and 29 in the playbook.
Maybe a screen or maybe a draw. I would try a screen because all of a sudden those Carroll linebackers are so aggressive. But I'd be careful here. Don't turn it over.
Right.
Be careful here. You're playing a great first half.
Lytle in the shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. It's going to come near side. We have a whistle and a timeout called by Dwenger. And we will stay right here. This broadcast, of course, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Thank you for joining us. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. Tom Steel Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne in a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenwiller Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenwillerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. So out of the timeout, big third and 170 yards to go for Dwenger. 10-13 left. Let's see what they do here, Joe. Maybe a screen pass, as you mentioned, or a draw.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because they burned a timeout there. So let's see. They wanted to get organized. Let's see what they do here.
Lytle comes near side. Oh, nice play. So much patience. Got to get rid of it. Does, but hit immediately by Hunter Mertz was number 34, Gavin Groves. And a nice stop here and a forced punt for the Carroll Charger defense.
Groves does the right thing to come back for his quarterback, but Mertz shows the discipline and makes the play. That's a big-time win on that possession for the Carroll defense, and now they're off the field and their offense can come back on. But that was the best possession we've seen from the Carroll defense tonight.
And another whistle. And we got a flag, yes. An illegal substitution. Had 12 on the field. That'll give some room to Dwenger, and we'll see if they can pin him back deep with a nice punt.
It'll be interesting because that gives you a little more confidence if you're the punter. It's a big penalty,
yes.
And let's see if Dwenger, they've had a lot of success with their punt game this year.
Back deep. I believe that's Hedgecock. Pressure comes. Low line drive, end over end kick. Nope, that's Englert. Oh, he missed it. Englert does fall on it smartly. Better to save possession than getting yardage at that point. Just missed on that one, and they'll start deep in their own end near the 15-yard line.
I tell you, that's a lonely feeling when you're Engler and that ball goes through your hands. You talk about, you ever see a kid redirect that fast? It was a good decision because you want to come up and get that bounce and get the field position. But will Engler ever cover anything that fast in his life again?
You're getting another gear when something like that happens. There's no question about that.
That would have been devastating if he wouldn't have covered that. But now let's see what Carroll does. They're backed up. Let's see if they can get their tempo going with their offense.
Here is Becker. A couple of subs in here. Nice little hitch route. Oh, a little hook and ladder. How about that one with Lazoff? And he's pushed out over the 50-yard line with the hook and lateral play. Beautiful job and call by the Carroll squad.
That's a great play. We used to run that in the old run and shoot. How about the timing on that? And that gets the fans fired up. Great play with Carroll.
So Carroll over the 50. Quick start from Becker. Becker did not a lot of pressure. Englert trying to split on the tackles, but is ended up being dragged down by Stauffer about 3 yards shy. And that's some momentum builder right there for Carroll as the fans here. Good Lord, the fans are here, thank goodness.
Oh, thank Lord.
Giving the team a little bit extra push as well with 8:43 left in the quarter. 2nd and 3. Becker is going to hand Lazoff. Hit immediately. What a play by number 42. That's Mitchell Vogelweed.
Excellent way to fill that. Beautiful play. And really for Carroll, I like the short passing game. I know you want to keep Dwenger honest with the run, but you're having so much success with those hooks on that short passing game.
Becker, tip pass, and will fall incomplete. So 4th and 5 now on that play.
I gamble here, Tim.
Yeah.
This is the first gamble in the game. You're starting to get some momentum. I think you can get the first down. I would roll the dice and gamble here if I'm Carroll.
And correction on that last play. That was number 53, Joe Fabini, on that stop. Let's take a look at that Traction Athletic Performance replay real quick here. Actually, I teased you. We'll get back to the live action. 4th and 5, 8:11 left to go in the quarter. Englert comes in to punt. Angled here near side. And Campbell's going to let it bounce. And we'll go inside the 10, down at about the 6-yard line. 8 minutes left. Dwenger will start back in there, deep in their own end. 8:01 left, up 7-0. So back and forth we go.
Back and forth we go. And how about Dinan? He shows the patience and decides to punt, and it pays off, and they win on special teams there. So I would have gambled there, but Dinan's going to be patient and believe in his defense, and his defense looked good on that last series. So let's see what Dwenger can do. You got 8 minutes before the half. Let's see if Dwenger can put a drive together. But I tell you, I thought Carroll's defense was much more aggressive. This is a big possession here.
So Lytle breaks the huddle on his own 8-yard line, 8:01 left in this first half. 2 wide receivers set. They're split. Gonna hand Devin Tippmann into a crowd and tackled. About a 1-yard gain. Not much there going from Tippmann on that run.
Yeah, and that was Jordan Hickson that time, the senior, 5'10", 235. And for Carroll, that's good news. If Hickson can be a force in there and clog that up, that's big. And so now it puts pressure on Dwenger for a 2nd and long. But Carroll's defensive line is starting to play better, and that's a good sign for them.
Lytle, 2nd and 7, 7.5 left. Twins far side. That's Sioka and O'Keefe. Tippmann is your tight end near side. Carroll showing blitz. They do come with it. The swing out to Devin Tippmann. He's got space in a blocker. Oh, great block by Tippmann. Gives Tippmann a couple of extra yards. Nice job on that play and the execution from the Saints.
And how about the touch by Lytle that time? I thought for a moment, don't throw it, but Lytle just swings it out. And what Dwenger does is they run the defender off with Sioka, because you have to respect Sioka, and they come back and throw the ball to the flat. That's a fantastic play call there and a conversion with Dwenger.
1st and 10, 7 minutes, clock rolling. Same formation. They're going to go in the eye, though. Lytle under center. Just the lead dive right there, and that one is going to be upended. That's number 34, and Gavin Groves. Another one of those junior class studs here for the Saints. And head coach Jason Garrett.
I like Groves. Groves runs hard. It was only 4 yards, but if you begin to watch, the plays are starting to mount up on the Carroll defense, and that's what Dwenger wants. So they'll take that 40 yards, but I like Groves. He plants that leg and gets in the hole. And it seems like Dwenger, every single year, it's a tradition. They have backs that get in those holes.
And they run about 37 backs. It seems like every year, Lytle will go back in the shotgun. Here's the lead handoff. That's Groves again, pushing the pile. Nope, that's going to be swallowed up there. Minimal gain, about a yard gain. Nothing happening. This is going to be a big 3rd down play, about 3rd and 4. 6 minutes left in the quarter.
And I see you, Jackway and McInnes out there. I tell you, Jackway is such a prospect, too, as a junior. He continues to put size on, and he is tough at that defensive end. And McInnes, I tell you, McInnes is just a warrior. He'll give you 8 to 10 tackles every single game. So good defense here. And now this is another big play. We're coming up with about 5 minutes left before the half. Carroll desperately needs a stop.
Carroll defense, 3rd and 5. This would be a big stop, as Joe mentioned. Here's Lytle. Oh, beautiful play by who else? Hunter Mertz. Kid is amazing.
Mertz is so fantastic from his outside linebacker position. Mertz reads the play, blows it up, and the lead back for Dwenger can't get to him. Let's take a look at the traction AP replay. Watch Mertz come from that outside position and blow this up. Here he comes. Look at that. Can't get him. Look at that. Nice play. Beautiful. Just the instincts, the speed, the pad level to make that play.
So under 5 minutes, 4th and 8. Punting squad in for the Saints. That's Ryan Ward to kick. Ooh, Height nearly got there. Or Checkett Dinan nearly got there. Beautiful kick. Fielded by Englert. Englert makes the first one miss. Oh, beautiful cut. And then tripped up. Wow, that could have been dangerous. Just tripped up, and he's going to go out over the 30, but plenty of time here for Carroll to tie this up.
What a move to get through the first line. Then he gets tackled by the All-American Grasshopper. And I tell you, that All-American Grasshopper makes a play every single year. But how about the moves of Engler? But I thought he was going to be gone, and Dwenger's lucky because one more tackle, and he's on his way. A lot of space, but you can begin to feel that energy for Carroll grow. They get the big stop on defense from Mertz. Now let's get this offense cranked up.
Here is Becker trying to lead his squad as it's going to be a quarterback draw and nothing happening down low. That's Jack Tippmann once again, number 83, with a Beautiful move off that end slot to grab Becker for a tackle. Right at that first down, right at that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and low man wins on that. Dwenger wins on that. Carroll needs to come back with that controlled passing game and throw the ball to the outside.
Becker needs to run it. Becker, and he is tackled by number 39. That is John Michael Fabini dropping into the secondary right there.
I like Fabini's game. Fabini can rush the passer, but Fabini can cover, and he's so strong. But that was a good decision by Becker.
Yeah.
Dwenger had everybody covered up, and Becker didn't want to force it. So, boy, Dwenger's doing a great job with their defense tonight. Let's see if Becker can make a play here. They come with the trips on the high side, maybe something back to the low side here, Tim.
3:40 left, 3rd and 9. Another big, huge third down for Carroll. Englert, and caught. Huge first down conversion. The tackle by Stauffer, but Engler goes high and pulls it down for the first down.
There's just nothing Stauffer can do on that play. When Carroll runs the trips to the high, that's man-to-man on the short side, and Engler's so good out of those breaks. Big conversion for Carroll.
Outstanding hands and a 5-wide receiver set, empty backfield. Becker, Englert on the little hitch and is tackled immediately. That's going to be a nice 5-yard gain, and they'll move it here, 3:10 left in the hurry up.
Yeah, and they'll take that all day long, and that time Engler makes the catch, and that's a hot route because John Michael Fabini's blitzing from the outside, and Engler fills that hole and makes himself available.
Becker, 2nd and 5. Ball about the 49.5-yard line. Fake near side. And that time Becker was looking man-to-man down the near side. The safety stood with Englert, and that made a nice play. And Becker had to tuck it just shy of the first down marker.
He was looking for something big.
Yeah.
And that time Groves on the defensive side for Dwenger took the deep ball away. They had something dialed up there, but the discipline of Dwenger to take it away. So you got to be careful when you get cute sometimes because Dwenger's always going to stay home. Now you got a 3rd and 4 here. You need this conversion.
Becker on the sweep to Mertz. Mertz lowers the shoulder, and he's shy. Good team defense by the Saints. And I believe that was number 12 on the lead right there, and Colin Vance, who's been hard-hitting here in the first half.
Vance is another prospect that can play at the next level. I was surprised that Carroll on 3rd and 4 gets in the full house backfield. That's Saint football right there. And Vance comes up from that safety position and lowers the boom. So, man, again, a huge stop for Dwenger. 1.5 minutes left. Dare you gamble?
Campbell and O'Keefe back deep for the Saints. Englert. Nice punt here near side. It's going to flip out at about the 23-yard line. This is SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Thank you for joining us here tonight. Outstanding football coverage. A little shout-out to our sponsors. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit elaztecarestaurant.com. Back to the action. Lytle and the Saints, 134. Let's see what they do, Joe. 134 left, just one timeout left for Dwenger. Lytle in the shotgun, looking to throw. Nice little out to O'Keefe, and he'll hop out of bounds to stop the clock. That's a good start to this drive, but this is huge right here for the Carroll confidence going to halftime. If they give up another score and go down 2 touchdowns, a whole different game.
Absolutely. This is huge for Carroll. You just nailed it. And if I'm Dwenger, I get aggressive here. I move O'Keefe on the short side. If they're going to give me a 6 or 7 yard out, I'm going to take that. And if I'm Dwenger, I get aggressive here, and I push the ball down the field. This is danger time right now for Carroll.
Lytle, spread formation. Quarterback draw. Comes near side, and he's going to bounce out of bounds. And I believe he did. Let's see where he's at. He's about 1.5 yards shy, I believe, of the first down. Call it 2 yards with 1:24 left. Clock stopped.
Yeah, and that was Steely chasing McGinnis. That's a nice job on the defense to shut that play down. That play gave Homestead fits last week, but Carroll does a nice job of scouting. I tell you what, did you have the under tonight? Because I tell you what,
No.
who would have thought 7-0 in this, huh?
Carroll's been putting up about 50 points a game, and it feels like 150 the way the offense has been clicking this year. as their defense now needs to come up huge on this 3rd and 2. Carroll does have all 3 timeouts to get the ball back. Plenty of time. Here's Lytle. Good blitz pickup. Lytle pressured, and he is dropped by number 16, and Aaron Jackway.
Jackway just continues to get better. Jackway is so strong. When he extends his hands on you, you're in big trouble. That's a huge stop with Carroll, and they're going to get the ball back. And I like what Lytle did there. Lytle was in trouble. Just tuck it, go down, don't make a mistake. But that was a quick possession for Carroll to get the ball back.
So timeout called on the field by Carroll to stop it at 1:17. 4th and 7, forcing the punt. And plenty of time here. Carroll now has 2 timeouts left. Plenty of time to put this in the end zone. We were talking about the momentum and the confidence would be lacking for Carroll. This would be huge to propel them into the second half if they could put something on the board.
Yeah, absolutely, and it allows Carroll to get that 2-minute offense going. And sometimes as a quarterback, you like playing in that better, but those short passes are there. So Carroll just has to really come back and continue to throw those and loosen up that Dwenger defense and just be patient, because sooner or later you're going to hit a seam route or you might get a fade, but you got to work your short passing game. But Dwenger's done a nice job. Dwenger's given up some of those plays, but Dwenger has closed out. And Coach Nepper for Dwenger really stressed how important tackling was going to be tonight. And I think Dwenger so far gets an A for that in this first half.
And their DBs keeping the wide receivers in front of them. We saw the safety help on a couple of these here live. So Dwenger adjusting here their defense to match this explosiveness of Carroll. And so far, that's really the difference here, 7-zip. Dwenger leading.
Feels like a small college football game, doesn't it? I mean, these guys are just some big guys down there playing, lots of talent. It's fun to watch the game plans, and it's going to be interesting to see coming out of halftime what those adjustments for each coaching staff will be.
No question about that. Joe Walborn joining us here. Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. It will be a punting situation from number 97, Ryan Ward, 1:17 left. Back deep is Englert. The pressure comes. Gets it off end over end kick. Beautiful kick. That's going to take a Dwenger bounce. Englert is going to back away from it. It's going to drop inside the 30-yard line down at about the 27. So the punter, Ryan Ward, doing exactly what he needed to do, was flip-flop the field. Now Carroll will take over with 1:06 left.
And that was killing Englert. He wanted to pick that ball up so bad, but you got to stay away. But you're right, Tim. Dwenger wins on special teams there. You got a minute left. Now let's see if those corners for Dwenger can keep those plays in front of them and come up and make the tackles. And if I'm Carroll, I just dink and dunk my way down the field, and maybe you'll get a chance for a long one.
Becker will come out with a 4 wide receiver set, trips to that far side. Ball's on the 27-yard line. 3 down linemen here for the Saints on the defensive side. Here comes the blitz from the edge. It's looking like from John Michael Fabini. He does come. Becker's going to roll out opposite way. Throws against the grain and over the head of Gavin Groves, who was coming from his safety slot. That'll be incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, and that's tough because with the blitz coming, Becker's rolling to his left, and he has to get rid of that ball faster. So he has to get those shoulders around faster, or you're not going to be accurate. So that's just Dwenger's got the right blitz on where Carroll's trying to get out of the pocket.
So Becker, 2nd and 10. Fabini got hit up there, a little flip out. Oh, it picked off. What a play on the ball by Colin Stafford. Are you kidding me? How about the ball skills there from the DB, Joe?
That is fantastic defense by Stauffer. When we watch the Traction AP replay, you're going to see Stauffer, the Carroll receiver, turns it upfield, and Stauffer swiggles those hips and turns around, finds the football. That's what they teach. Look at that right there. Now he's turned around, finds the ball. That's a heck of a play for Stauffer. And how about the rush for Dwenger? I mean, wow, so far I love the game plan. Dwenger attacks, but those corners are holding up for Dwenger.
Yeah, they have been absolutely huge, and you add the pressure up front with Fiacable and Fabini and company. This is looking pretty nice here for Dwenger, playing a heck of a first half.
Yes.
As another mistake by Carroll. Let's see what Dwenger can do with 54 seconds left. They have 1 timeout remaining. Lytle out wide. Toss to Campbell. Campbell, oh, that's a heads-up play, dragging the tackler out of bounds. Oh, they're going to keep the clock rolling.
That's
wow.
Tough. I'd burn a timeout. I think Dwenger's got 1 left maybe.
Yeah, 1 timeout left.
I would have burned it there, but I liked how Lytle dumped that ball down.
Why was that not a stop of the clock, I wonder?
Should have been. He was driven out of bounds.
So Lytle will have to clock it, so he's going to lose a down here with 33.3 seconds left. Yeah, and Joe, that's that's the decision. I think they were thrown off so much by the call, maybe, that they got, a little bit frenetic right there and maybe didn't execute as well as they should have.
Yeah, you're right. Garrett's upset. And see, if you're going to call forward momentum on that, he's still dragging the guy forward. He's not stopped. If he stopped, I agree with the call, but he drug him out of bounds. That should have been a play. That should have stopped the clock, but then Dwenger really lost a lot of time on that. But let's see now Carroll. Carroll's got to be careful here. You don't want to give up the big play.
3rd and 4. Carroll defense once again forcing that 3rd down. They've been strong, no question about it. Here's Lytle. Lytle, plenty of time. Blitz comes late. Beautiful pitch and catch right in the middle of that zone by O'Keefe. And O'Keefe needs to go down here. 24 seconds left. And there's your timeout by Dwenger.
I like
it. They have not called it yet. They want to clock it here, Joe.
Yeah, they will because they're going to
move the chains.
Yes.
Clock stopped at 23 seconds as they move the chains, and then they do clock it incomplete. So what a play as O'Keefe just settled in the middle of that zone, Joe. That was a very nice execution.
It was. O'Keefe does a nice job. It was the square in, and Lytle's patient in the pocket. And how about the time he had from the O-line? I like O'Keefe, though. O'Keefe is so good underneath, and Lytle likes to throw to him, and you're right. That was a good decision to clock it because you had some time for him to move the chains, and they managed that well. You still got the timeout in your pocket, and you got a chance to get some more points before the half.
Time more important than downs here near the red zone for the Saints with 20 seconds left. Lytle, once it comes out near side, throwing against his body, and beautiful play by Hunter Mertz out and with the tip away as Lytle was looking for Campbell.
Boy, Mertz can do it all. Mertz can attack you on the blitz. He could cover. Man, he's just such a good player that can do so many things.
13.9 seconds left. It is 3rd and 10. They do have an outstanding kicker. And Joe Belanda right here, you just want to be mistake-free, maybe gain a couple more yards here for Belanda, but he's got plenty of leg.
And you've got one timeout. This would be a great time for a screen pass.
Lytle, I believe that's KJ Tittman in the backfield. Can't see if that's a 3 or a 2. It is KJ. He'll get the handoff, and that's what exactly they want to do. Out over the 15-yard line. Yep, tackled right there at the 15-yard line, and there's the timeout.
Yep, and that's a good call. What they're going to do is get the ball in the middle of the field, and they're going to come in and try to kick that field goal. They feel good how well their defense has played, and who would have thought it,
Yeah.
Holding Carroll to no points and 2 interceptions in the first half with Becker. So, boy, that Dwenger game plan has really been sharp tonight, and this would be a big field goal if Dwenger can get it to go up 10.
No question about it, Joe. Of course, iCryo specializes in whole body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard right next to Blaze Pizza. At Parkview Sports Medicine, it's game on. We serve every level of athlete with our integrated sports medicine team, including the region's only specialized athletic rehab facility. Learn more about our services by logging on to parkviewsportsmedicine.com. So here comes Belanda, Joe. 7.1 left. 4.2 4th and 2. And Belanda will line it up. I believe that's going to be Max Robinson, the sophomore, on the hold. Ball spotted at the 15. And Belanda, the right-footed kicker. The boot, plenty of legs, spins it, and did it tuck in? It does. Belanda gives them a 10-point lead with the field goal. Outstanding job by Dwenger to take it. But, whoa, we got a flag on the play.
That was a great hold, too, by Robinson because he got that ball down. That ball was a little bit high. I used to hold. I didn't like it when the ball was high because sometimes you had to just reach up to grab that. But Robinson, listen to the replay. Look at that hold. Gets it down, spins the laces, and, boy, a big 3 points for Dwenger.
Yeah, great hold. And the kick by Belanda to put him up 10-0. A good quarter here for Dwenger, taking control of the game. A couple mistakes that you don't normally see for Carroll. You haven't seen pretty much all year against their competition. But they're going to have to go into this halftime and adjust a little bit and see what they can produce here going into the third quarter.
Yeah, and I thought Becker, that gamble, that wasn't a good gamble on that last pick. It was the receiver turning the route up, and Becker thought he could stick it in. There was a heck of a play by Stauffer, but if I'm Carroll, I'm going to, in this second half, we're going to have to really get in our controlled short passing game, and we're going to have to put drives together. Dwenger's making them, Carroll's getting some plays here and there, but Dwenger's making them complete the whole drive. So Carroll's going to have to make the adjustments at halftime, and I would probably leave Becker a little more in the pocket, and I would attack with the short passing game.
I like that, as Bulanda will set to kick. Wearing them lime green cleats. Them are tremendous. So he will line up for this kick. And right now, Dwenger, you just got to play your lanes here on this kickoff. Cannot give up anything. 1.3 seconds. This should do it for the half. Bulanda, let's see if he goes with a squib. The walk up for Bulanda. And they'll kick it deep once again, and he drills it. Oh, that ball was pushed up there on the penalty at the end of that.
Yeah.
At the end of that field goal, so it will be 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Carroll Chargers with 1.3 left.
Yeah, great half of football for Bishop. Dwenger looks so much better than they did last week. You see the discipline. You don't see the penalties. I like the offense. They came out and attacked, throwing the ball on 1st down. We begin to see a little bit of their run game, so it's going to be interesting to see the halftime adjustments.
Lytle, we mentioned it in the pregame. He has played an outstanding half. Here comes the blitz. Becker goes deep. Stauffer looking for another pick. Comes down with it. Does not. Incomplete pass. And that is halftime. What a half we have seen here, Joe. Let's take a 5-minute break. We'll come back and talk about what we saw there in the first half. This is Summit Athletic Conference football right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Sure, we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Welcome back, Indiana high school football fans. SummitCitySports.com coming to you live right here from Carroll High School, home of the Carroll Chargers, as they're playing host on a wonderful Saturday evening in Summit Athletic Conference action to the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Joe Walburn joining us, of course. Joe, outstanding first half, kind of a roller coaster ride, as we said many times in that first half. Couple of turnovers, but players stepping up big in that first half all over the field.
Yeah, definitely for Dwenger. I like the game plan, came out and attacked. I thought Brennan Lytle threw the ball well. The timing was there for Dwenger, and I think Carroll just didn't have an answer to Henry O'Keefe in the first half. O'Keefe is so good with those underneath routes, and I liked how Dwenger attacked and trusted Lytle to throw the ball on first down. So Dwenger was aggressive on offense, then that began to open up some of those run lanes. So that's one of your storylines. The other storyline is really how well the Dwenger defense is played here, and what Carroll's going to need to do is, if I'm Carroll, I come back on my spread, I look for those one-on-one matchups, and I work that short, controlled passing game. I felt like at times Carroll just didn't want to be patient. They were looking for the big play, and Dwenger's so disciplined. But really the storylines for me in the first half is how well O'Keefe has been as a threat and how well those Dwenger defensive backs have played against Jeffrey Becker.
Yeah, that has been a huge, huge difference. The DB play for Dwenger, some people say that's the weak spot. I mean, you know, people like to talk about things maybe necessarily that the experts really don't, but they are coming up huge. Stauffer coming up with that big pick, and right now the pressure coming on Becker has been a difference maker as well up front. They're definitely going to have to adjust to those blitzing linebackers and the ends moving around for Dwenger. Carroll's going to have to make that adjustment at halftime.
Yeah, big time, because you're right. They like to move John Michael Fabini around, and Becker seems to be kind of caught up in a cat and mouse game looking for where Fabini is. What you do is you get in your shotgun, you run your spread offense, and you just attack with the short routes. Dwenger has to play somebody on the outside man-to-man. That's where you attack with the slants. You run the outs, you run the hooks, and you stay true to yourself. I didn't like it when Carroll got in the jumbo package on 3rd and 5. I didn't like that play call. So if I'm Carroll, I stay true to myself. If I have man-to-man, I can attack. Yeah. And then when it's man-to-man, if Becker gets in trouble on the blitz, then you got the ability for the big play out of the pocket on the run. So that's what I do if I'm Carroll. I come back. I'm disciplined with my offense. I stay true to myself. And as far as defense with Carroll, Carroll, I make sure I know where O'Keefe is, and Carroll had some success in the first half when they were blitzing Mertz from that outside linebacker position. I come back on that. I take away the Dwenger edge on their offense. I blitz my backers, and I make Dwenger try to beat you being Dwenger by running the ball between the tackles. So those are my adjustments for Carroll, and let's see what Dwenger does. I tell you, Dwenger's had a great half, but Dwenger's also going to have to continue to have that high level of play of their defensive backs. That was an especially fantastic half of football from Stauffer and from the rest, Vance, and from the rest of those defensive backs for Bishop Dwenger.
Well, we talked about it in the opener, Joe, with the importance of Brendan Lytle and the amount of experience that he has running this offense for head coach Jason Garrett. He is a state title winner, as you mentioned, but he has been impressive out on the run, throwing against the grain, throwing against his body, rolling out left, throwing it back right. He's been putting balls on the money, and his wide receivers is coming up big as well.
Yeah, he has. He has been so good this year. And I thought last week he was a little bit out of sync, but he looks like himself tonight. And you're right. He has total, complete command of this game. And I think when they got O'Keefe back, I think it took them a little bit of time to realize, you know what? Maybe we're a little more of a short passing team this year on offense. Maybe we're not that big power, pound-of-the-way running back team. And you can still be that team later on, but maybe starting the games, trusting your senior quarterback. You've got great weapons. You got O'Keefe. You've got Sioka. You've got Tittman.
Sam Campbell's came up big.
Campbell had a couple of big plays. You're right. Trust your quarterback and have that controlled passing attack. And I think if they continue to have success with that, then they'll come back with the sledgehammer and run the ball between the tackles. But that was Dwenger football the first half, and that was the best half of football I've seen out of a team this year.
And for Carroll, Lazoff, I'm not sure just off the top of my head, maybe 2-3 carries. There wasn't a lot of carries for Lazoff, so it's been more of a passing, more open offense for Becker. I mean, they like to throw the ball anyway a lot, but usually they get Lazoff into the ball game a little bit more. Mertz got a couple of carries as well, but let's see if maybe they come out and try to be a little bit more balanced. But down 10-0, it's a little hard to do with pressing here in the high school game.
Yeah, it is. And if I do run it, it would be something like a draw maybe to Lazoff, but I'd come out and I attack passing it. I didn't like that power package, and I would come back and I would attack on the outside. You've got advantages on the outside, and if you come out in your traditional spread offense with 4 receivers, Dwenger has to cover those guys man-to-man. So figure out what side you want to work. Get in that shotgun, and if you're not going to run Lazoff, maybe you put a back in like Mertz to pass protect and let Becker do his thing. That's what's gotten you here in the second half. I think Carroll needs to almost make the game more frantic, speed it up.
I like that,
throw that ball and get going, because the more the game seems to slow down and we play in, as I used to say, the tall grass, it seems to help Dwenger.
So there we have it there, a little halftime action for you. We got about 4.5 minutes on the normal clock before the players come out. So we're going to step away for another 5.5-minute commercial, catch our breath, and we're going to get set for the second half of game action. Where else would you want to be besides Carroll High School right now? Saturday Summit Athletic Conference football under the lights right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Sure we have to do this? A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister, because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Did you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit parkviewsportsmedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season, or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way. Or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as we get set for our third quarter of game action. Hunter Sosenheimer on the camera, Joe Walborn joining me in the booth. This is Tim Atkinson calling your play-by-play. 10-zip right now is the score. Dwenger in control and on top, and they'll get the ball first here, Joe.
Yeah, they will. And if I'm Coach Dinan, my message to my team is adversity. We need to overcome the adversity tonight. Now, we need a good stop from our defense. And I would tell my team, look, I'm going to be a little more aggressive with defense this second half. I'm going to blitz my outside backers. We got to tackle well. We got to find O'Keefe. We got to close down those edge plays. So that's the adjustment for Carroll in offense. I'm saying, hey, man, it's full steam ahead. You know what? We're going to come out. We're going to get in our two-man offense, and we're going to attack. We're going to play fast, and we're going to play loose, and we're going to get going. So Carroll needs to get off to a good start here. And for Dwenger, if you can take this opening drive and move this ball down the field, I mean, getting points is just icing on the cake. But if you can control that football and really take it to Carroll on this drive, you're in good shape. So I think this second half, your first 4 to 5 minutes of this third quarter is going to go a long way in deciding, who wins this second half and wins this game.
So we are set for our second half of game action. Again, thanks for joining us, ladies and gentlemen, for a little Summit Athletic Conference football. SummitCitySports.com. If you're on Twitter, follow us on Twitter at 260sports. Like and follow our Facebook page, Summit City Sports, and be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Evan Jester, haven't got to see him yet. He will kick off. This kid has got a boot, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a strong, strong leg. And back deep for the Saints is O'Keefe, Teddy Steele, and I believe that's it is Sam Campbell back deep. The three of them there for the Saints, and we are ready for the third quarter. Second half action, Joe. This is the game right here. What are we going to do? Carroll, can they pounce back? And for the Saints, let's see if they can control it on their opening possession. So it will be Evan Jester, outstanding soccer player as well. You can see his coverage on SummitCitySports.com as he boots one, fielded by O'Keefe at the 9. O'Keefe has a lane near side. Good tackle by number 40 in blue, Braden Steele. Absolutely. He's a freshman, ladies and gentlemen, getting
How about
reps.
that? How about a freshman getting dressed and running down the field and covering that kickoff? And nice play by Braden Steele to make that tackle. So let's see what Carroll can do here on defense. I'd be a little more aggressive. Yeah. I know that I'm really good at linebackers. I would get my outside backers more involved, and I would attack more on the edge if Carroll's my defense.
So it will be Lytle, and they will start at their own 27-yard line, 8 seconds into this third quarter. SummitCitySports.com. Lytle trips near side. They're going to put Tippmann in motion. The quick out to Tippmann. He's got blockers. Can he make the first one miss? Stiff arms out of the second, and then is knocked out of bounds. A nice pickup from Tippmann, and the pads are popping down there on the field.
Man, and McKinnis comes down with bad intentions and just lays the wood to Tippmann. But I like the play. Again, it's a pass play on the edge, and Dwenger gets the corner, and Dwenger wins on first down.
So key it has been for the first half and their success as well, Joe, as you mentioned. Second and a long one for the Saints as they break the huddle. Two wide receiver set, Sioka and O'Keefe, with Devin Tippmann in the backfield on the right hip of Lytle. Lytle's had an outstanding game here tonight. No mistakes as he's going to hand Devin Tippmann. Cuts back against the grain, lowers his shoulder, and that's a first down for Devin Tippmann.
That's a good-looking drive. That's the way you start, and that's what makes Tippmann so good. He plants that leg, and Tippmann's hurting out there, but he's just sucking up and playing through it, and he finds that crease and gets a good run. So good-looking drive already for Dwenger.
He'll check out. I mentioned dealing with that leg injury as he's going to head out for a break. Lytle been in control of this offense. 3 wide receiver set this time. That's KJ Tippmann in the backfield. Lytle surveys the D. 1st and 10. Hand off to KJ. Slow, evolving read option right there. And Lytle may have been better served to fake that and bounce this near side, but chose to go to KJ, a gain of about 2 yards.
Yeah, they wanted to do some counter action that time, and Reeve Muncie just blows that play up. Yeah. So that's what Carroll needs. Carroll needs to push from the middle of that line. Muncie has just been an all-conference player the last few years. He is a beast, and when he gets his pad level low, he'll blow that play up. So that's what Carroll needs to do to win on first down.
2nd and 8. for the Saints. 3 wide receiver set once again. KJ Tippmann on the right hip of Lytle. Lytle. Play action on the out to Campbell. That look. Oh, Hunter.
Woo!
Hunter Mertz. Man is a serious tackler.
Mertz is fantastic. And you know what? Watching Mertz out here lay the tape down, Mertz can play strong safety on the next level and be awesome. I mean, the way he comes and reacts and just takes that play away.
Big third down play to open up the third quarter. We're 2 minutes into it. 3rd and a long 7 for the Saints as they break the huddle. Let's see what they got to do here. Trips near side. O'Keefe, Sioka, and Campbell. 3rd and 7. Showing blitz on that far side is Carroll. They come on the corner. Lytle steps up into the pocket. Has to bounce out. Gets a fumble. What a strip. And KJ picked it up. Heads up play. Woo! Still rolling. Gets about a yard gain out of it. But what a pressure from behind on the strip.
Wow, and Lytle's lucky. Lytle's buying time. I thought he had O'Keefe early on the route sequence. Look at that traction AP replay. He breaks it right there. And, boy, watch Carroll from behind. Boom, that ball is out.
Tucker Steely.
Wow, Steely just had a beat on that. And luckily, Tippmann picks it up and gets some positive yards. And I'd be careful here if I'm Carroll.
Going for it.
Probably going to get a quick punt, I bet.
4th and 7 for Lytle and the Saints. He is backing up. This is going to be a punt. There's a little pooch punt from Lytle. Decent kick out wide. Takes a nice Saint bounce inside the 20. That worked out nicely. Ball's going to be just inside the 15-yard line, and Carroll will start with their first drive.
Nice special teams with Dwenger, but that's a win on defense for Carroll. And that's a hustle play by Mertz on the backside to make that play. I mean, those linebackers run so well, and that hustle play gets that defense off the field. So now let's see what Carroll can dial up on offense. So the defense gets the stop, and this first drive is big for Carroll to get some momentum.
8:47 left in this third quarter. Carroll will take over. Becker, his first possession of the second half. 4 wide receiver set. Glazoff in the backfield behind him. They're going to option near side, looking for a throw on the hitch, and Englert, as Becker is absolutely hammered after he threw that by Joe Eddy. Absolutely laid out, as that's going to bring up 2nd and 10.
And Eddie's just living in the backfield tonight. And sometimes on those rolls, Tim, when you see you have your receiver early, just pull up and get rid of it. You don't have to roll the whole way. That time Becker had Englert early. Just pull up and give him a catchable ball.
8:40. Clock stopped on the incompletion. The screen set up nice. Oh, that was an outstanding play out in open field by number 39. Who else? John Michael Fabini having an outstanding year.
Fabini's fantastic. Fabini can rush the passer. He can cover. And that time if Fabini doesn't make that tackle, that's a nice looking play. But, man, the Dwenger linebackers have come to play tonight.
Pressured from behind once again from Fabini, and then hammered by Pisa. Oh, they're going to get a flag on Pisa. It had to have been. That's going to come back. That's going to be null and void. As they're going to do. That's going to be roughing the passer, I believe, on Pisa.
Yeah, that's going to be roughing the passer on Pisa, and that's a shame because that Stauffer again. That would have been interception number 2. But boy, you can't rough the state's leading passer like that, and Carroll gets a break.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't. It definitely wasn't a late hit. It must have been helmet to helmet there was the call.
What a play on Stauffer on that, with that. Stauffer's becoming the ball hawk out here, but you're right. That intensity of that helmet to helmet, that's going to draw that flag.
Yeah, 9 out of 10 times, Joe.
Boom.
Player safety.
Yep, that's helmet. He's right there on his chin. I mean.
Of course, the Dwenger fans aren't going to like it. I think that's the right call with 8:05 left here, so it's going to bring up 1st and 10 for Carroll, catching a break there on 3rd down. And 8 minutes left.
Yeah, Becker needs to take a deep breath, and
you
dodged a bullet there. Let's come back and get that controlled passing game.
Here is Becker. Pisa coming on the blitz. Nope, he's going to back out of it. Nicely shown, little wheel route. Pisa on the coverage, turns around right at the last minute for the deflected pass. Outstanding play in coverage.
That's great defense. I mean, He is right with him. I thought he had him initially on the wheel route, but that's a great play by Pisa out there. Wow.
Great play by Pisa, as we mentioned, as they will bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stopped at 7:59, but showing blitz and then having the athleticism to get back in coverage, that's an outstanding play. Spread formation for Carroll. Laz off in the backfield with Becker. Becker takes a snap, looks near side. He's being pressured once again. Oh, my goodness. Dwenger is on the rush, this time from Devin Tittman.
And that's that blitz package. And what Dwenger likes to do is disguise those blitzes. And Tittman comes from the inside linebacker position that time. And Carroll just didn't get him picked up. And that gave Deuce Taylor all kinds of fits when Northside played Dwenger.
Take a look at it right there as Tittman and Becker usually gets out of the way and out of trouble with his legs. Not that time against Tittman. Here comes Fabini on the blitz on this left edge. Little twist. And once again, Becker this time gets out of pressure. Outstanding athleticism. Man-to-man coverage near side. Airs it out. Englert wins the 50-50 ball. Are they going to give him a pick? Oh, wow. Stauffer had the ball.
Wow.
But they're going to say that is going to be a catch from Englert.
That's close, I tell you. I know you got to give the 50-50 ball to the receiver, but looked like Stauffer may have came down with that. Let's see this. What do you think, my friend?
Yeah, this is a definite tough call. Official was right on it, as we do have a flag down. And it's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct on Dwenger on the argument after. But, yeah, man. That's tough.
That's tough, man. I'm upset if I'm Stauffer, too. And look at the field position. Bookmark that play. That was a huge play.
Let's take one more look at it, Joe.
Penalty on top of it.
So add the 15, yeah.
I thought Stauffer rolled over and ended up with the ball. Let's see.
Get a clean look at it. But that was a great high point. Yeah, it looks like Stauffer had that the majority of the time.
Yeah, I think Stauffer rolled over with that, but a big break for Carroll.
Of course, we have the benefit of the Traction Athletic Performance replays. Lazoff, he's going to take it in from 26 yards, but a flag. Down on the field, then one late. So I think we're going to get unsportsmanlike conduct after the play. This is going to back them up here, Joe.
Back them way up. It's going to be a hold that time. I think they're going to get the receiver out there on the hold. I thought Lazoff just blew through it. We'll have to look at the replay and look for the hold. We'll see about the unsportsmanlike.
Let's take a look at it. That was a beautiful hole. Oh, waving at him as he went in. He turned around. Yeah, he
can't do that.
Took his hand back and waved at him.
I usually hate those calls, but you can't do that.
Yeah, and especially right in front of the back judge. He's going to catch that.
If we could see one more time, I'd like to see where the hold was on that, Tim. On the
we came in late. It had to be right there on the left.
Right there, but man, I think it was the receiver locked him up, but man, you got to be smarter than waving like that.
So 7 minutes left.
That's what, 25 yards of penalty yards?
What a swing.
Oh,
what
man.
A swing.
Woo.
My goodness.
Wow.
Back to the live action.
So holding at the 14, I guess they're going to call. So that'll go back 10 to the 24, then 15. So we're going to be at the 39, right?
Wow, 39
yards.
How's that
a little bit of math from the old CPA.
Mathematician over here, Joe Alborn. Great stuff.
What a
multifaceted.
I'm a Renaissance man, right?
Yes.
Hope my wife's not listening. She'd say my man card's about this big. You're multifaceted. How about getting on that chore list tomorrow, right?
I'm going to leave that one alone. Here's Becker. Good blitz pickup on the post. And once again, he pulled it away. Mason Englert stole it in midair for the catch.
Oh, wow. What an effort by Engler. Wow, I thought Groves had it, and Engler steals it away. Man, how bad does Engler and Carroll want this game? Wow, how about these turn of events, Tim?
Hurry up here for Carroll. We're going to go right back to the action. Ball's handed right up the gut to number 22, Luke Carmody, and he's going to be shy of the goal line, but Carroll in business. Second and goal.
Now look at Carroll. They don't want Dwenger to get their big package in.
Came in late, and that's going to be a flag. I think they were offsides.
Yeah, and that's tough because you don't want to burn your timeouts early in the second half. Oh, did they call a timeout?
They did. Dwenger called the timeout.
Ooh, that's tough.
So Dwenger with the timeout call. Let's step away real quick here, Joe, and catch our breath. SummitCitySports.com.
Excited about the place that it put us, and the quarantine hit, and we knew we had guys that were going to work hard at home, but just the idea that we could get a lot of them together working hard at a location with people that know what they're doing was really beneficial, and I think that training did a great job for those guys to kind of get the ball rolling for them, and they came back in the end of June, early July, and it's like they hadn't missed a beat. They were flexible, they were fast, and ready to lift and run and start playing football, so it was a huge benefit for us.
To gain an edge on your competition, it starts with a free one-on-one performance assessment. Call 260-266-4007. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We believe in sharing positive stories and are excited to set the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
Basketball is such a reactionary sport, and we talk all the time about your first 3 steps are the most important.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 2nd and goal from the 2, 6:28 left in this 3rd quarter. The Chargers of Carroll. Becker is going to keep it himself, ran into a tackler, and that will be stopped on the 1-yard line. Gain of 1, 3rd and goal from the 1 here, Joe.
I thought he had it initially. It was the speed option to the short side, but Dwenger is able to get the linebackers to fill the gaps, and that's good goal line defense with Dwenger. So I think here, if Becker maybe they have a little play action pass out of the pocket, I think Carroll can get a touchdown here.
This is usually Hunter Mertz time.
I don't know about trying to jam it in there with this beef package, because Fia Cable and those linebackers are awesome.
3rd and goal. The hand, Mertz runs into the back of his line, but the push, he's in 4-6. Carroll on the board from a 1-yard run from Hunter Mertz.
And that's a great job by the center, Daniel Ricci, to get that block. And I saw Daniel's family before the game, and he has a grandfather that likes to watch us a couple of states away. So, hey, nice play that one for Grandpa. And Ricci makes the block, and he should be proud of his grandson. And Carroll is on the board.
Great call, Joe. And for the point after, that one's up, and it is good. 7-10. Carroll back in this right here with 5:42 left. Is exactly what Carroll needed to happen to get some momentum in this second half.
Yeah, and that was a big break. I really felt like Dwenger had that interception, but Carroll, sometimes in big games, you need a break, and Carroll cashes in and gets that momentum. And now you begin to feel, Becker rolled the dice on a couple of deep passes, but I kind of like the run game they mixed in there too. So now let's see how Dwenger deals with the adversity. Dwenger needs to get their offense cranked up, but boy, do we have a good one. I was looking forward to working with you, my friend, and I didn't want to miss this one. I was like, Saturday, I'm going to be out there for this, right?
Outstanding Saturday night. We're lucky here to be at Carroll Stadium, the last year for this stadium, and honestly, nobody's mad about that.
No,
as we'll move to the outstanding new monstrosity that's going to be behind us. The turf was laid this past week. It is looking beautiful.
I got to ask, are they going to take that old helmet with them? I mean, it's not a Carroll game coming out to the press box if that old helmet is. That's making the trip over, isn't it?
From 1937. And the big kick by Jester. Fielded at the 10. Cuts it near side here. O'Keefe showing you the skills. Look at the bounce. Got a lot of shake. And then takes it out near the 40-yard line. Great return from Henry O'Keefe.
Wow, how about the shake on that? Yeah. And O'Keefe is just electric out there. And great field position with Dwenger to start this possession. So Dwenger needs to crank it up. Let's see what they do here. A lot of success with those short passes, but let's see what they do. Carroll's beginning to close down with those outside backers. So let's see what Dwenger's adjustment will be on this drive.
Lyda will break the huddle. We have 5:33 left to go in this 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from the 39-yard line. Split formation. Lytle in the shotgun. Could put a man in motion. That's O'Keefe. Hand to O'Keefe. O'Keefe on that wide side. Great block on the edge by KJ Tippmann, but an outstanding tackle. I believe that was number 36, Dylan Bennett, with the shed on the block and the sweet tackle.
Yeah, nice job. That was a heck of a play. And McInnes was in on that too. And I tell you, those backers, McInnes is a beast on the inside. He's strong, plays with great pad level. That's another kid that if I'm Toledo or Miami of Ohio, I am all over him.
Outstanding talent in the city of Fort Wayne. We see it each and every week, and we've seen it now with all the Scallies that are starting to come our kids' way as the swing pass out here with KJ. Wow, look at the speed. Oh, my goodness. Lowers the helmet and rolls for another couple yards. KJ Tittman.
And you don't see that very often because that time it looked like it was Mertz had him, and Tittman gives him that shake, and that's KJ Tittman ball right there. Woo, man.
Traction to AP replay.
Oh, that's that
the
move.
speed.
Watch this.
And then,
boom. Get some. Woo, man.
Lower player's going to win.
Man, wow.
KJ Tittman bowing up when he's going back to the huddle as well. Great stuff. We have 4.5 minutes. Nice drive starting here for Dwengers. O'Keefe's got to go to the opposite side. He's in the slot now. And offsides. That was a mess from the start for Dwenger. They're going to get a false start. It's going to go back 5 yards.
And that time, that defensive line for Carroll was confused. They were jumping around, and it kind of threw Dwenger off. So that's a big penalty now because it changes what you want to do with your play calling. But I'm telling you what, Dwenger's having success getting that ball to the outside, whether it's a jet sweep or a pass. So Carroll's outside backers, and that's their strength, and Steely and Mertz need to tighten that down and make Dwenger go back and play inside that box.
We'll bring up 1st and 15, 4:06 left. Twin wide receiver set to that far side. Lytle's going to roll out right. On the run, has O'Keefe. Beautiful throw once again from Brendan Lytle.
That's beautiful. I see you, Brendan Lytle. That's a quarterback that's played 3 years, is a state championship, got a state championship ring, and there's nothing Mertz can do. And I used to love that when I played quarterback. If the guy didn't turn around, I'll put that right over your shoulder blade. And how about O'Keefe doesn't even break the stride? So that's a situation where it's so difficult to say it up here, but Mertz has got to turn around and try and make a play on that ball. But how about the accuracy of Lytle dropping that dime in there?
3:55 left. They flip-flop the formation near side. Devin Tittman takes the handoff. Makes the first one miss. Nice little cut, upended near the 25-yard line. It's going to be about 4 yards shy, 5 yards shy of the first down. A nice first down play for the Saints.
Nice job. And that O-line starting to come together. I know Jason Fabini's working hard with them, but this looks like Dwenger tonight, and I like this drive. And I like their tempo. They're getting out early with the play clock and getting the play running and really starting to kind of take control of that line of scrimmage. Let's see what Carroll does here. They're going to need Reeve Muncie to step up and make a play. They need a couple of those defensive tackles to get in there and slow down this run game.
3:18 clock is rolling. Dwenger, nice drive here. Ball's on the 26-yard line. Lytle, KJ, play action. Threw it behind. Great adjustment on the ball. How about nope, that's going to hit the ground per the side judge. So Sioka made a nice play on the ball. Lytle, a little bit of mistake there, throwing it behind his receiver.
Lytle's just got to get that ball up, but Sioka shows you the bend in his hips and the hands, and, boy, he's a big-time prospect too.
No question about that. People in love with him, no doubt, as Lytle. And 3rd and 5. Big third down play here for the Saints as they're going to bring in Devin Tittman to the sideline.
If I'm Carroll here, I'm looking for 23. I make sure I find O'Keefe here.
Here is Lytle.
21, Tim.
Hands Devin Tittman. He had a lead blocking KJ. Stiff arm. He bounces it outside. Can he get in? Fights through the tackle. And is he in? He is just shy, but the strength and speed shown by Devin Tittman.
Nice run by Tittman. I thought they'd go to O'Keefe on that, but they get the kick out on the right tackle. We watch the replay here, the Traction AP replay. Watch the right tackle right there. Boom, look at that kick out. Beautiful, beautiful. And Tittman drops the pads and steams down the field. Wow.
KJ Tittman on a nice lead block as well as he motioned over. Now Dwenger is in business. 1st and goal, ball on the 2. So if they can put it in the end zone, this is going to be a huge answer right after Carroll scoring.
And Carroll needs to bring their backers up and shoot those gaps and get in the backfield.
The hand to Devin Tittman, runs into the back of his own man, but a touchdown. Dwenger is on the board. They answer. Dwenger for 6.
Wow, and good teams answer, Tim. And that time you got the mix of the outside passes, and then you got the power rushing game. And wow, That was physical on that drive.
Outstanding drive by the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Joe Bulanda checks in for the PAT. Robinson on the hold. 16-7 the score with 2:51 left. Bulanda. Oh, that was a great catch once again by Robinson. Outstanding hold to get that down. Joe, let's take a look at that because that was a point saver right there for Robinson. Watch the catch. Kind of shorts him and a little bit behind him, and he makes a great catch to put it down. There's the snap.
Oh, yeah.
Fumbled it a little bit, too, because it was low and got it down. And Bulanda with the concentration as well to get that through.
And what's so hard about that is you got to put that down a tee.
Yeah.
So when you can't just stick it on any spot in the grass. Right. You got to put that down. And if you put it on the edge of the tee, it's going to mess your kicker up, and you got to spin the laces away. If you ever watch a game and you see a ball kick and it flutters, it's because the laces aren't away, but that's great hands. So now Carroll's got to pick it up and getting a little bit more of a hurry now with their passing attack. But that, bookmark that. That was a huge drive. And what's interesting is, you know, as we get down to the end of this game, if Dwenger does hang on to this, the only team that's going to control their own destiny will be Homestead.
Absolutely, because they have the win against Dwenger.
Yes.
And, of course, Homestead will have to face Carroll during rivalry week towards the end of the season. But you're 100% right, Joe. Homestead's got to be liking this the most right now of anyone.
Yeah, they got to be sitting at home with the popcorn loving this. But Carroll's explosive. Let's see what Carroll can do here. Carroll can strike in a hurry.
Right, absolutely. They have the weapons and haven't played that well thus far. It's just a matter of time for it to click into place here. But we got 2:51 left in this third. Bulanda to kick. Back deep is Dinan. And he will field it at about the 14. And it's tackled immediately. That was led by number 16, Tommy Whitty, the junior, for Dwenger, and Carroll will start at about their own 21-yard line, 1st and 10 with 2:46 left in the third.
Just discipline. Dwenger steams down, stays in their lanes, drops the pads, and makes the play. Fundamentally sound. So let's see what Carroll dials up here and see if those Dwenger DBs can continue to make big plays.
60 yards, 2 minutes, 39 seconds.
So 2:46. Spread formation for the Chargers. Becker in the backfield. Low snap, picks it up, throws it on the out. And that's Hedgecock trying to battle for that first down marker and is finally tackled about a couple of yards shy. 2:35 left on that, and that's a good first play here to get the offense going.
And that's that strong arm, and that's why those MAC schools, if they were smart, they'd be offering him already.
Here is Becker. And we're going to have a flag.
It's going to be offsides on Dwenger. Becker's changes his snap count, and that's so helpful because obviously you get the first down at the 5 yards, Tim, but what that does is that slows those defensive linemen up just a little bit, and your offensive linemen love you for that because these guys just aren't pinning their ears back and attacking you every single play.
So 1st and 10 for the Chargers. Becker. Here comes the pressure once again. Eddie, can he get to him? Can't. But then finished off. Outstanding team defense. And that, I believe, was Sam Pisa on the sack.
I like Pisa. Pisa's just tough. He stays home, steps up, and makes that play. And, boy, whether it's Tipman or Pisa or Fabini, boy, it's almost like interchangeable parts the way they play with that discipline.
2nd and about 12 for the Chargers and Becker. Becker in the shotgun. Low snap. He manages it. Goes out to Hedgecock, and Hedgecock with a diving catch to make it 3rd and manageable here for the Carroll Chargers. Once again, showing that arm strength from Becker.
Yeah, and they found something out there. That's a hook to the wide side, and Becker can muscle that ball out there, and Dwenger's playing off. Now, if you're Dwenger, you want to tighten up your coverage here.
Hurry up. Trips near side, lone wide receiver to the far side. Here's Becker, rolls out near side. There's a flag thrown, and that's going to be caught by Bowden Height, and Height is knocked out of bounds, but I believe this is coming back.
Yeah, we'll see what they call here. They had a bust. Dwenger had a bust and lost Height.
Yep.
But I think we had maybe a false start, was it, on Carroll?
I think it's a chop block.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
Good call, Tim. Boy, those eyes are strong, my friend. I thought maybe Carroll had just moved a little early, but that's a devastating penalty with the chop block.
Thrown by the umpire there, Officer James Payne, outstanding referee.
James played for Louisville, and I played for Cincinnati.
There you have it.
Bit of
Look at the
history,
connection there. That's beautiful.
James looking good out there. James a good guy, but that's too bad because on that chop block, the shame about that is Carroll didn't need it. Becker's getting rid of that ball so fast, and Dwenger had the bust.
Right.
And look what that does to field position. Boy,
Huge.
it just almost deflates you. Now you got to be careful here because if you're Becker, you got to be careful not to force a throw in on this situation, throw a pick.
Yeah, field position is key here, but 1:02 left in this third quarter. Dwenger up by 10, and the White Hats having a conversation with another official. As they're saying they didn't mark it off correctly. The ball will be spotted at the 25-yard line. So third and forever for the Chargers and Jeffrey Becker. Let's see what they do here. Becker in the shotgun. Rolling them out once again. Pressured. Man-to-man coverage. And good coverage by number 24, Callan Stauffer. Oh, a late flag. They're going to get him on a PI here. Maybe a little too much contact.
That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible call. And Stauffer has him locked up. That's good pass coverage there. You know, I don't normally say much because the officials have been great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I don't like that one. Here, usually we get these officials are wonderful out here. I don't like that, Tim.
Yeah, not a lot. That was just a bit of a budge,
that's good defense. Come on, Stauffer closes in on that play, gets his head around to find the football, and he already had that one other interception taken away from him.
Correct.
That's another tough call on Stauffer.
Correct.
I don't like that call. I think that's good defense, but that's my opinion.
So it will be 3rd and 7, 46 seconds left after the penalty. Here is Carroll down by 10, 2 possessions. They need a first down here badly. Becker comes out near side once again. Now, and just dropped it through the hands, tried to turn up field, did Bowden Height before he had the completion and decision time here for Coach Doug Dinan. 4th and 10 or 4th and 7, and they're going to punt it here. But Dwenger's been very methodical and taking off a chunk of time each possession.
They have, and that's a big drop because, man, you hate to punt the ball here. Even if he's tackled a couple of yards short, maybe you gamble. You hate to give the ball back to Dwenger here. That was a good-looking play, but just a big drop.
Campbell and O'Keefe back deep for the Saints. Englert will look to punt. Englert, low snap, takes care of it. Beautiful kick, high kick. O'Keefe. Chance here. Recovers it. And I wonder if we're going to have catcher interference here.
Yeah, you got to let them catch it, and that was close. Boy, it's so hard because Carroll's hustling so hard to get down there and make the play. They're going to call interference, but that is so close.
Yeah,
boy,
that's
O'Keefe, you got to be brave to stand in there.
That's the thing right there.
People asked me one time, what was it like to play special teams in college? Go down to I-69 and stand in the middle of the highway and dodge trucks. That's about how it feels, my friend. I mean,
dodge trucks and construction.
Run through the orange cones, all right? We better watch it, man. My late grandfather worked for the state, so I better watch it. Every time
Dot's going to come calling.
I know. Every time I go by and I see those cones, I'm like, don't say anything, because your grandfather – he built a lot of those bridges, right?
So it will be first down, 33.8 left in this third quarter. And I'm sure, barring an incomplete pass, I'm sure they were going to go the run here to try to at least burn out this third quarter.
Now, Carroll needs their defensive line to step up because what Dwenger wants to do now is throw some short passes and grind away. So you got to get the edge if you're the Carroll outside backers. And they need Muncie to step up and make some plays inside.
Lytle. There's going to be a hold. And it's tackled, first down, but this is coming back as the White Hat threw the flag immediately. That's going to be a 10-yard penalty on the spot, so back up Dwenger even more as this one started on the 18. So backing up, Dwenger going the wrong way to start this possession.
Yeah, and that's a good job that time by the official to see that. That's a good call. And it's tough because if you're Lytle, that ball is supposed to go to the outside to the flat. Lytle waits for his tight end. But those offensive linemen, as you know, Tim, it's so hard to hold those blocks. And you got extra pressure because you don't want your quarterback tackled down by your own goal line. So that's a big penalty. I think Dwenger will probably let this run out and maybe figure out what they want to do here starting the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I would be shocked if they run a play here before the quarter. You have a 3-second difference, game to play clock. As a play clock at 13, game at 8. So let's see what Dwenger, they're going to run a play. And it will be Tippmann up the center of the line, getting some yardage back and a little bit of breathing room. But that will be the end of the third quarter. Your score, 17-7. Dwenger with the ball. We'll see what happens in the fourth down. We'll take a break. You're watching Indiana High School football from SummitCitySports.com.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent, reliable.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As we get ready for our fourth quarter action, it is 2nd and 13 for Lytle in the Saints as they break the huddle. Need to get some change or some charge back in this for the Saints to get the clock rolling, up by 10. Lytle on the out to Campbell, and a great tackle immediately by Ethan Dupre, the DB. For Carroll.
Yeah, nice play by Dupre to come up and make that tackle. So good tackling. Get off the field. If you're the Carroll defense, this is the money down. Get the stop and get off the field.
Ball spotted at the 22-yard line. Check it. 16, 17-yard line. Ball 3rd and 11. 11 and a half left in this ball game. Spread formation. Lytle. And the shotgun. Big third down play here for the Carroll defense. Lytle takes a snap. Pressure. The screen set up nicely. He's got blockers and does get it. A yard beyond the first down marker. KJ Tippmann takes the screen for the first down.
What a great play call that time. And, boy, has KJ Tippmann come alive in the second half. And, boy, you felt like maybe a quarterback draw or a screen was coming there. But execution. And KJ Tippmann just grinds out those tough yards.
So just under 11 minutes, clock rolling, and Dwenger's going to take a lot of the play clock off each and every snap. As they're going to go twin wide receiver set to that far side. KJ Tippmann in the backfield. They're going to roll out Lytle. This is a run. Nice stiff arm on Hurts. The second one, and then he'll pop out of bounds. Nice job by the Carroll defense to stretch that out and push him out of bounds.
Yeah, good contain that time with Mertz and Don. And you see a little bit of stiff arm that time from Lytle, but good defense with Carroll. And if you're Dwenger, you hate to see him run out of bounds on that play. You'd rather see him just go down. But
maybe do a slide, a little baseball
maybe do
slide.
A slide. Exactly. But let's see what Dwenger dials up here. So big possession. Carroll desperately needs a stop.
So loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and 11 for the Saints. Twins to the near side, the short side of the field. The pitch. And Devin Tippmann, he's out of bounds again as well. Minimal gain, maybe a yard on that play. So Carroll defense coming up strong here, but another big third down. They need to get this ball back with 10:32 left.
And McGinnis is just awesome from the inside backer, because that's got to be tackle number 7 or 8 already.
Yeah.
McGinnis just scrapes, and he can run sideline to sideline and make that play. So, boy, we'll see what Dwenger runs here. Dwenger had some success last week early in the game. Now, it was the play Homestead stopped, was that quarterback draw. I kind of like that here because it keeps the clock running, and could be a nice way to get the first down.
Here is Lytle. Trips to the far side. They're looking like Lytle. There's going to get a hold. Wide open is Campbell, but this is coming back. Campbell out over the 40 and is tackled at the 35-yard line. But as I mentioned, this is coming back, a hold on Dwenger with 10:20. Back them up 10 yards. We'll replay third down.
Yeah, and Carroll had a great push on that play. They had a bust on the back end, but they had a great push up front, and that defensive line's playing better for Carroll here in the second half. So that's a devastating penalty for Dwenger. Now it's going to back you all the way up. Now at this point, I probably would run the quarterback draw or run the ball because I don't want to turn it over. But Carroll should come out of this with some really good field position.
So it will be 10:20, clock rolling, 3rd and 26 for the Saints. And, yeah, I think running that time off is more important than trying to get this whole 26-yard chunk back, Joe. You're right.
Absolutely. I'd run the quarterback draw here. Spread everybody out and run that quarterback draw.
Here is Lytle. They will go 4 wide receiver set. They are spreading them out. Trips to the far side. Lytle, he's actually looking to pass. He's going deep in double cover and throwing it over the head of O'Keefe. So not exactly what we thought was going to happen. Clock stops here at 9:49 left, 4th and 26.
And I have a lot of respect for the Dwenger staff, and Coach Garrett's a great coach, but I got to be honest, I don't like that play call there. When I come out there is I run the ball, okay? Take another 40 seconds off the clock and punt the ball away. You threw in the double coverage, too, and you know you're lucky you don't get an interception on that. So that's a break for Carroll. Now, Carroll can make a play on special teams. They're going to have good field position.
Englert back deep for the Chargers. Number 97, Ryan Ward, the junior, stands on his old goal line. Check it. Don't think that is Ward. Beautiful kick. And we got a flag thrown on this near side. Englert bounces it out wide and then tackled at the 40-yard line, but a penalty marker down on this near sideline at about the 28-yard line. And what we got? I think we have a sideline. Yeah, we have a sideline penalty.
Yeah, that was good chase down by Dwenger. I thought Engler was going to get the corner.
Right.
But Dwenger, again, wins on special teams and makes the tackle. But, hey, you're in good field position now for Carroll. You know, you got 9 minutes left in this game. Now you got a chance. You got to open it up here.
9:39. Becker and his offense will take the field. As you mentioned, Joe, this is the linchpin right here in this ball game with 9:39 left, and Becker and the Carroll Chargers on the 40 of the Saints and in good position here to cut this to a one-possession game. Becker, 4 wide receiver set. Pisa showing blitz. He backs out of it. Low snap. Becker and Coverstone. Finally, they complete one to Coverstone. Nice little throw in coverage and the first down.
Nice pass by Becker. Carroll catches Dwenger in the cover 2, and Coverstone runs the wheel route. And if Becker could have just got a little bit more on that, that's going to be a touchdown, but a great start to this drive. Nice pass by Becker.
Becker comes in from the sideline. 9:15. Ball's on the 20-yard line. Becker has Carmody behind him. Becker, good coverage. Oh, wide open. Mason Englert. The play developed nicely, Joe.
Beautiful. And the patience of Becker, and he stays strong in the pocket. And how about the route by Engler? Wow. Watch the AP traction replay. Becker's like a statue in that pocket. Look at him stand strong. He knows he's got Engler in the post corner. Money, baby. That's a touchdown. And that was fast for Carroll. Impressive.
Exactly what the Carroll Chargers needed. And that's a quick score. 9:03 left. Nice hold, and the kick is up and good by
Woo,
Number
we got one.
97, I believe that was. It was Sebastian Lopez, the sophomore, on the PAT. What a game
What a
here,
game,
Charles.
brother.
This
We
is
got one.
exactly what we wanted and expected right
Wow.
here from the Carroll Chargers and the Bishop Dwenger Saints. Who wants to take control of the SAC? And really, Dwenger needs this game to stay in touch with Homestead playing so well and then beating Dwenger last week.
Yeah, before the season, a lot of us thought tonight would probably maybe
Right.
be the conference championship, but not so fast, as that Homestead defense is a lot better than what a lot of people think, and that defense is just nasty.
Yes.
But now it puts so much emphasis on this game, and you're right. Dwenger loses this, they're out of the conference race, so everybody's playing hard, but what a great matchup. And I tell you what, big game like this, big players step up, and that time Becker just throws a rope.
So 9 minutes left in this game. Carroll, confident, ready to kick it deep. Back for the Saints is O'Keefe, Campbell, and Teddy Steele. Jester, the 5'9" junior kicker, will line it up. And he will walk up, and the boot, little squibber, is going to be fielded. I think that's Tippmann, and Tippmann is hammered.
Wow.
Just shy of the 25, and it will be 1st and 10 for Dwenger, just under 9 minutes.
Looked like that was Mark Murray that ran down and just
Hammered
planted Sioka. And, man, I tell you,
Yeah.
I'm glad I'm up here with you, my friend.
Right.
Man, I don't miss those moments, but here we go. Now, if you're Coach Garrett, you got to be honest with yourself. I think you're probably going to need one more touchdown, my friend, because that Carroll offense is so explosive. So you can't take your foot off the gas here. You got to get back in your offense
Absolutely.
and really be able to go down and get some points.
Absolutely, no doubt about it. As Lytle will hand to KJ. KJ swarmed up and swallowed up by number 64, Ethan Klingler.
Nice job by Klingler to close down on that, but boy, does KJ get some strong runs and get some yards for Dwenger. I thought that one was dead right when he got it, but look up, he still got 40 yards, so puts Dwenger right on pace on down and distance. Now, if I'm Dwenger, this might be a chance to get your big tight end involved here.
In the shotgun, trips near side, lone wide receiver to the far side. Lytle, hand to KJ Tippmann. Once again, he wants to bounce it wide. Mertz on the tackle. Man, Hunter Mertz, sideline to sideline, kids. He is tremendous.
He is fantastic. And again, if I was a Max Gould, I would offer him as a strong safety.
Yesterday.
He can run. He recognizes the
Yeah.
plays. And now here we go, my friend. A huge third down here.
8 minutes, clock rolling. 3rd and 4. Cade Dinan looking to his crowd, trying to pump him up. Standing up are the Carroll Charger faithful, and Dwenger will break the huddle. Spread formation. They're tight. They're going to put Sioka in motion. Now trips near side. Lytle on the hitch to O'Keefe. Oh, beautiful. The stop and go. Gets a block downfield. O'Keefe. Can he take it to the house? Out inside the 10 and pushed out of bounds. What a third down play for the Saints.
What a play call. Hats off to the play calling. They put everybody to the right. They get man-to-man O'Keefe, and Lytle just sticks it in there on the hook, and watch the move by O'Keefe. Right there. Whoop, I'm gone. And I tell you what, if Carroll doesn't hustle, that's a great hustle play by the backside corner on that play, number 11. And that is fantastic effort. But I'm telling you what, I love O'Keefe. He is so difficult to handle.
Out in space, stopping on the dime and taking it for a little bit of yak. Now Devin Tippmann in the backfield. Lytle's going to go under center. Sioka, the lone wide receiver. They hand Devin Tippmann, lowers his shoulder, pushing the pile. He's going to be shy. I think they're going to mark it at the 1 yard line. 7:24, clock rolling, 2nd goal.
And that's one-on-one. That's Tippmann on McKinnis. You talk about your best on your best. That's just a war. And Muncie's in on that play too, but McKinnis fills that hole, and Muncie cleans it up, and that is awesome football. I tell you what, man, you got to be a man to play in that goal line football package down there.
No doubt. In the Summit Athletic Conference Saturday night right here at Carroll. All eyes on this ball game as Lytle will go under center with Tippmann again. They're going to put KJ Tippmann in motion. They hand to Devin. Devin, he is in for his third touchdown of the ball game, 23-14, as Dwenger answers.
And I think Tippmann should toss the ball to O'Keefe to spike that one, because that was a great individual play by O'Keefe on the yards after the catch. But, man, Dwenger executes in the goal line defense and power football and maybe takes control of this game.
Here is Bulanda in for the extra point. Robinson's done a nice job on the holds as well. Bulanda to make it a 10-point game. The snap, the hold, the kick, and it is up, and it is good. Bishop Dwenger takes back that 10-point lead and answer once again, as this broadcast being brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Follow us on Twitter, and thanks for joining us here, ladies and gentlemen. Kelly Automotive Group is Indiana's #1 automotive group with over 1,000 new vehicles and 500 pre-owned vehicles to choose from. Please visit drivekelly.com. Simple, transparent, reliable. Tom Seal Tire has been servicing the Fort Wayne area for over 40 years. They'll help you find the perfect tire for your vehicle and other auto repair services like brakes, wheel alignments, engine diagnostics, and more. Big Eyed Fish has been around the Northeast Indiana area for generations. Like their Facebook pages for updated promotions. Enjoy the best fish in Fort Wayne and a family-friendly environment at the Big Eyed Fish.
Wow.
Join ProFed. You're invited to join ProFed Credit Union, where we get to know you to better serve you. Sign up online in 5 minutes or stop by a branch. Join ProFed today and start owning your financial future at profedcu.org. At Ottenweiler Contracting, we invest in our customers by providing peace of mind during the entire process from bid to build. Visit OttenweilerContracting.com. Summit Volleyball trains and builds the highest quality volleyball players in the area from ages 5 to 18. Our players are equipped with elite-level skills and a foundation of life skills. Jump on board. Together, we can reach the summit. So back to it here. Dwenger answering once again on a Carroll score. They've done it each time. Carroll has scored. Now back in control with 6:47 left.
And that was a 3rd down and 6 to O'Keefe.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a big play by Henry O'Keefe.
So a 10-point game. Dinan, he's going to come up to field it at about the 17. Dinan's got a hole. Bounces it near side, cuts it back inside, and is tackled at the 40-yard line. So a good return and puts him in a good field position. But they got to start striking quick here, Joe.
Yeah, they got to be quick. And if any team can do it, it's Carroll. But Dwenger's going to have to be disciplined with their defensive backs. And it'd be tempting maybe to roll into a zone here, maybe a cover 2 zone, and try to keep guys in front of you. But Dwenger, you know, you still want to be aggressive with that pass rush. But let's see how fast Carroll can move in that 2-minute offense.
Here is Becker. Trips to that far side. Carmody in the backfield. We haven't seen Lazoff. I'm wondering if he's injured. Pisa! Excuse me, that was Tippmann and Becker showing you the skills. Uh-oh, Jeff Becker. And is tackled at the 40. What a run. That's a Division I quarterback, ladies and gentlemen.
That's why he's a Power 5 conference prospect. Yes. That's why Toledo, Miami of Ohio, you got your minds if you don't offer him and try to woo him now. That's a fantastic effort to redirect on that.
So a player down.
That might be
and
Becker.
It is Becker still down.
Shoot, you hate to see that. That was such a great play. And
now
he's up now, yeah.
Hopefully just a little bit of a stinger. Yeah, but he's going to have to come out for one play at least.
He was beaten. Dwenger had him in the pocket, and he turned away and runs all the way around and makes that play. And really, if the last Dwenger defender doesn't break down and make the tackle, that's a touchdown. So, wow, he's so exciting to watch.
Logan Swain's going to have to come in at quarterback, the backup senior quarterback. He's in the pistol, 4 wide receiver set for Carroll, 6:25 on the clock, down by 10. Has Carmody with him. He's going to hand to Carmody. Smart call by head coach Dinan for the backup quarterback. Just let him hand the ball off. Don't get anything on him.
Yeah, good job. That's why I tell you what, it's not easy to be the backup quarterback, to be put in that situation. Right. And that's a good play on his part. I like Swain. Stepped in and handled that well.
Here's back in Becker. Trips near side. Lone wide receiver to the far side. Carmody in the backfield. He's going to come near side out of the pressure. Throws it, and one hops. Hedgecock can't complete it. We'll bring up 3rd and about 6.
And that's the one thing that's tough. You know, when you go through the stats are awesome for Jeffrey Becker, but a lot of carries, a lot of passes, and a lot of hits. And, you know, you can't help but worry about that. I mean, sometimes you forget that he's not Superman, you know?
Right. He is an outstanding prospect, Jeffrey Becker. And the shotgun has Carmody behind him. Trips near side, lone wide receiver to the far side once again. 3rd down and 7. Becker. That one's tipped at the line of scrimmage. I believe that was Jack Tippmann that got a piece of it. He's been a huge bright spot on that defensive end.
Yeah, Tippmann has come in the game at that defensive end, and he's stoned on the block, but he gets his hands up. He goes about 6'5", so that's a huge play. Now here, this is what Dwenger couldn't do last week with Homestead. On fourth down, they couldn't close him out on the money play. Can they close Carroll out tonight on the money play?
Fourth down. This is pretty much the ball game right here if they do not convert. And it's Becker. Comes near side once again. Hit. What a catch and a great throw. They're still alive. Here's Carroll with Hedgecock pulling that down.
Wow, nice route by Hedgecock. And how about those hands? And how about the strength and bravery of Becker to stand in there on the hit? Watch on the AP traction replay. Becker is absolutely blown up after this play. Wow, what a play. Just
concentration.
Courage.
Back to the action. Becker. Spread formation. Looks across the... What a play. The pitch and catch to Engler on a little skinny post there, Joe.
Beautiful play call. And you don't want to get beat behind you if you're Dwenger. There's no safety help. And Engler keeps that post tight. And Becker plants that back leg, Tim. And wow, man, big score. And so Dwenger fails in the first closeout. Carroll scores, and they score so quick. Man, what a great game, my friend.
This is outstanding Indiana high school football action as that kick is up and good from Sebastian Lopez. But what an answer by Carroll. This broadcast, of course, brought to you by SummitCitySports.com. Thanks for joining us here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Anderson Heating and Air Conditioning is dedicated to providing the best possible solution for your home or business. Visit AndersonCoolHeat.com. El Azteca Mexican Restaurant has been a Fort Wayne favorite since 1973. El Azteca Mexican recipes are sure to tantalize your taste buds. Visit ElAztecaRestaurant.com. iCryo specializes in whole body cryotherapy, body sculpting, cryofacials, infrared sauna, and compression therapy services. Check out Jalen Smith's signature location on Coliseum Boulevard by Blaze Pizza. Parkview Sports Medicine continues to lead the way in Northeast Indiana. Our specialized sports medicine team offers direct access to physical therapy and sports physicians in our new Parkview Ortho Express Clinic located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse. No referral needed, saving you time and money. Visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more. So here we go, Joe. Crunch time, 5:23 left. They answer the bell, does Carroll. Pulls within 3. Low line drive kick, and will that hop out of bounds? Nope, that'll hop inside for a touchback. 24-21 is our score.
Now, we felt like last time Dwenger needed another touchdown, and yes, they did. Now on this drive, it's probably going to take about 3 first downs to close Carroll out.
Right.
Now, you want to stay aggressive, you know. It's very easy to fall in that pattern where you just run the ball between the tackles. Dwenger's been successful tonight with the quick passes to O'Keefe. I come back, I attack that, and I attack the edge.
Yes.
And I continue to stay aggressive.
Carroll needs to come up with a stop here. 5:23 left. Crowd is into it. 2 wide receiver set. Lytle, he's going to hand Devin Tippmann. Devin Tippmann, great tackle from behind. I didn't see who that was.
Yeah, and I just don't like that play call there, Tim, because you've had success all night on throwing the ball on first down. And I said that's a big-time play.
Jordan Hickson,
Joe. Hickson blows that play up. Hickson's another big-time prospect, but you got to be careful here, Dwenger, not to fall asleep and take your foot off the gas.
2nd and 9, just under 5 minutes, clock's rolling. Dwenger holds that 3-point edge. Crunch time here in the SAC. They're loading the box here, Joe. Man in motion is Sioka. Pump fake. Lytle. Well, that's going to be pass interference or a hold. Either way, that's going to be a penalty on Carroll. Excuse me.
It's like they're going back to O'Keefe again, but I like the aggressiveness. Absolutely. And really, I can't blame the Carroll defense because after the last play on the pump fake, that's what drew the penalty. So hold. He didn't want to let him go. I don't blame him on the pump fake. So
that will be, the penalty was before the throw, so not a PI, but a hold against the defense. But you're right, Joe. You asked for a pass. Let's keep it open up. Let's take control of this game. Step on the throat of Carroll. And they did right just that. It led to something positive.
Yeah, you have to. Now if I'm Carroll, I move my outside backers up, and I maybe blitz my outside backers here and see if I can create a sudden change. But Dwenger needs to stay aggressive, and Carroll needs to be aggressive with their outside backers.
Lytle, 4:37 on the clock. The handoff, Devin Tittman spins out of a tackler, gains about 3 yards, will bring up 2nd and 7.
Boy, that Mers is tough out there.
Man, he's good.
I'll tell you, Mers is awesome, Steely's awesome. They are so good at those outside linebackers. So now if you're Dwenger, you come back again. I move O'Keefe around. Maybe I put O'Keefe in the slot this time and run out, but I move him around, or maybe I look for Sioka. But I continue to stay aggressive and throw the football.
Dwenger, 2nd and 8, 4 minutes left. Carroll, all 3 timeouts remaining. Lytle's going to go under center. 2nd and 7. Oh, a little trickery to KJ, but Carroll read it. Oh, KJ Tittman, he breaks out. KJ Tittman being tracked down by Hurts. Out over the 20 to the 10 and takes it to the house. Are you kidding me? KJ Tittman.
Wow, what a run. I thought he was stopped. And those are the Tittman runs. Just continues to grind, and watch his legs. They never stop. And he just grinds through the Carroll defense. Watch this right there. Look at that. I'm not going down tonight. Look at that.
Wow.
Oh, man. And I thought Mers was going to run him down. Look at that. Wow.
Look at the speed and strength from the junior KJ Tittman, taking it to the house.
That's a big-time run. Wow. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games. Wow.
9-point lead. Belanda in to make it a 10-point game with 3:40 left. Here's Belanda. Nice catch once again from Robinson, and the kick is up and good. 10-point edge, 3:40 left, so Carroll will get the ball back, but they have to strike immediately quick here to get back into this ball game.
And what's interesting is Dwenger attacked the edge again, but Carroll had it defended. That's just one kid making such a great athletic play. And, of course, his last name is Tittman, right? What a fantastic play by KJ Tittman. I think that's the best high school run that I've seen in quite some time.
Yep. No doubt about that. What a play, and the conversion to put a real stranglehold on this ball game as Carroll came in 4-0 on the season. Dwenger at 3-1. Of course, Dwenger did fall to Homestead last night, so Homestead will have the edge and the tiebreaker, but we worry about that later. You got to play who's in front of you and get the wins as you can get them.
And now if I'm Dwenger and I go on defense here, I get back in the cover two and nobody runs by me. But that's just a fantastic run by KJ Tittman. I mean, you talk about dropping your pads, planting the outside leg, and you are running through great defenders that Carroll has.
So it will be the kick by Belanda. Mertz, Dynan, and Lazoff back deep. Fielded at about the 7 by Dynan. Dynan's got a crease here near side. Broke through. Nice job by number 39. John Michael Fabini showing you a little special teams tackle.
That's why he's so valuable on the next level. He can play the special teams too, and I love it because Dwenger plays their front line players on special teams. So now if I'm Dwenger, I think their corners have done a good job, and I didn't like that post for a touchdown that Carroll got, but I back up a little bit and give them some room, and you're right, Tim. Carroll's got to hurry.
Here comes Carroll and Becker. 1st and 10 from the 28. 3:34 left in the game. Here comes a blitz from Tittman. Swings out of it, does Becker, and then finished up by number 54. That is Joe Eddy.
Woo! How about that pass rush? And also Jack Knight, number 50 on there. You talk about Eddy and Knight just dropping the pads and rolling. That's a huge sack against Carroll to start their drive.
3:05 left. Becker. Tittman comes again. Jeffrey Becker, good step up, but he's going to be tackled by behind because the motor of Devin Tittman did not give up.
That's a heck of a play. And when we watched it on the Traction AP replay, Tittman overruns it, redirects, and chases him down. Wow, I tell you what, boy.
Hurry up from Becker. We're 2:45 left, 3rd and 20. 4 wide receivers set for the Chargers. Becker surveys the long ball, man-to-man coverage, Englert, and what a catch.
Wow.
This kid is serious.
I thought that one wasn't going to get there, but Englert just catches everything, and another skinny post.
Yeah.
And if I'm Dwenger out there, I'm wondering where my safety help is over the top. You can't give up that big play there.
Not with 2.5 minutes left. Clock rolling. You're up by 10 points. Here's Becker. Becker, once again out wide. 50-50 ball, and Englert, you're surprised when he doesn't come up with those.
Stauffer says, you're not going to take any more away from me. But Becker has such confidence in Englert. It's almost like, hey, man, just run down to the oak tree, hang a right, and I'll throw it up deep, you know?
Right.
I mean, that's what it feels like. And, heck, you're right. You're almost surprised when Englert doesn't come down with it. So, but Dwenger's got to back up. Those corners got to take a couple of steps back. Yeah. And if I'm the corner, I'm looking at my safety. Hey, brother, where you at? You know, help me out here. You got to get some safety help over the top. Get in the cover 2 and take away the deep plays.
Carroll down 10, 2:21 left. Becker, 4 wide receiver set for the Chargers. Carmody in the backfield, picking up the blitz on the out route, and that's thrown over the head.
Yeah. And that's a nice job out there again, you know. Stauffer makes the play, and that's okay. Let him throw the out in front of you, you know, and that's a deep throw. That's a tough throw, too, to squeeze that ball in there. So much better that time. Dwenger keeps everybody in front of them on the cover 2.
3rd and 10 for the Chargers. Becker, Hedgecock. He went in. I think Becker thought he was going to go out towards the sideline. We'll bring up 4th and 10, and here's the ball game.
Yeah, here's the game. Hedgecock had the out. That's what Becker wanted. That was a timing play, but here we go for Dwenger. You couldn't close out Homestead last week on the money down. Can you close out Carroll and their vaunted offense here?
Here's Becker. 4th and 10. 2:10 left. And Englert, little tappy toe on the sideline for the catch and move the chains. Not done yet here, says Carroll.
Nice play by Englert, and he shows you that skill level to tap those feet. Wow, what a season he has had. And he is another tremendous. Can you imagine him in college ball in the slot? He is fantastic.
2:06, clock stopped on the out of bounds. Becker across the middle to Englert. Englert with a nice little hook route. Takes it inside the 30 and tackled at about the 26-yard line. We're under 2 minutes.
Yeah, nice play by Groves to make the tackle. And if I'm Dwenger, I'm okay with that, but you don't want to be too far off.
And we have a timeout called by Dwenger. We're going to step away one more time here. 1:54 left. You are watching the Summit Athletic Conference from SummitCitySports.com.
I choose to do whole body cryotherapy after practices, games, and training. It reduces inflammation in my muscles and allows me to move more agile throughout my profession. I became a believer in iCryo after my severe injury in college at Notre Dame, tore my ACL, and I was looking for ways to recover, ways to get back on the field. So I'm thankful for iCryo.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. 1:54 left. Ball on the 27-yard line. Down by 10 is Carroll. 3 timeouts still remaining.
I thought that was a good timeout by Dwenger to get your team together, get a plan, get organized, and try to keep some of this in front of you, but don't give up on your blitz game quite yet. Don't make it too easy for Carroll.
Here comes Becker. Trips to that far side. He's going to roll out far side. Uh-oh, Fabini on the throws it up, and that is a pick by Colin Vance. He deserved that one. He's had an outstanding game, has Colin Vance.
Nice job by Colin Vance to turn around and find the ball. But I like that Dwenger got a little aggressive. They brought John Michael Fabini on the down part of the screen. Watch Michael Fabini come around, chase, and puts that pressure on Becker. Just enough that Becker has to let it go early. And, wow, that's 3 picks tonight. The Dwenger defense came up big, and that's a huge stop.
Vance made a nice play on the ball, turning the head back at it, and that will about do it here. 146. Dwenger will take over on the 9-yard line. Just put it on the ground, run this clock out. Carroll with all 3 timeouts are going to try and burn here. Lytle. He's going to go under center. I formation for the Saints. Lytle. 146. Handoff up the gut to KJ Tittman. He is a bulldozer here over the past couple of possessions, just running through arm tackles.
And that's his game. And I love how Dwenger came out tonight. They tacked the outside with the short passing game, and then they came back and loaded up the sledgehammer and ran downhill. That's Dwenger football, and we felt like really the matchup tonight would be the Dwenger offense against the Carroll defense. It looks like Dwenger is going to get the advantage in that and get the win.
124 left, clock rolling. Still 15 on the play clock. Lytle's going to go under center once again. Just one wide receiver. It's Sioka here on the near side. I formation with KJ Tittman up. And Devin Tittman back. They're going to give it to Devin. He's swallowed up right away by number 45, Craig McGinnis. And timeout called by Carroll.
Well, you can almost hear that victory bell from the southwest part of time ringing right now. You can hear Homestead ringing that bell right now, huh?
So Homestead, with this Dwenger win, will take control of the SAC. I mean, we'll have a 3-way tie up top.
That's right.
At 4-1, but Homestead will have the tiebreaker, as we mentioned a couple of times, over Dwenger with the win last week, and still has a chance to take on Carroll. So right now, Homestead's going to be in the driving seat, Joe.
Yeah, they are, and we're going to see how Carroll's going to regroup from this because, still a lot of football left.
Yeah.
But, boy, I tell you what, that's the best I've seen Dwenger in a while. I tell you, I got to give a shout-out to Coach Nepper, the defensive coordinator in his first year. What a game plan tonight, and those kids executed. And I tell you, between Henry O'Keefe and Tittman, KJ Tittman running downhill, that was the combination that got the job done tonight.
All around, well-played game here by the Saints. And head coach Jason Garrett's going to be pleased with the way his kids have stepped up coming back after that loss last week, and a devastating loss as it was. I know they felt the pain of that for, probably until yesterday. Maybe the spaghetti dinner Thursday night is probably the last time they thought about it, but they came out and a good start for them, Dwenger, and they've controlled it here, been up on top the whole ball game. So Lytle will go under center, I formation once again. And it'll be a 3 or 4 yard gain, 3-yard gain as Carroll will take their second time out.
Power football now for Dwenger to close it out, but you're right. Dwenger just shakes off the loss from last week, circles the wagons, and comes out here and plays ball. And I thought Lytle really was sharp tonight. I mean, that ball came out of his hand fast, and it seemed like it had a little extra velocity tonight. And I liked how they used Sioka on one side and kind of used him, but yet really came back and attacked with O'Keefe with those one-on-one matchups. Rocco Sioka is such a great receiver, and, you have to double him a lot, but it just opened up the lanes for O'Keefe. Right. And I thought Dwenger capitalized. I thought Dwenger came out early with a purpose, and they attacked Carroll tonight.
Looking ahead to week number 6 in the SAC, these Dwenger Saints will host Concordia, who's on that upswing with Davis coming back, as you mentioned, pregame. Lewers is at Northrop. Lewers coming off that huge win against Northside. Northside travels to Homestead to play the hottest team in the SAC, so a showdown next Friday. Snyder will travel out south to Wayne, and Carroll will host your Southside Archers, who came off that big win late against Wayne last night.
And we're getting better. I'll tell you what, we may be 1-4. We're getting better, but I know if Deuce Taylor is out there listening, hey, Deuce, those flak jackets they have in the trainer's room next week against Homestead, we're the big one.
Right,
okay?
no question.
We're the big one, okay? Because I'm telling you, that pass rush is fierce. And those backers and those corners for Homestead, they'll come up and hit you in the mouth.
So back to it as Lytle. Under center once again, one back is Tittman. They're going to hand to KJ, and he's swallowed up and tackled for a loss. 53 seconds left. That'll be the last time out for head coach Dinan. Number 52 on the tackle. That's Mark Murray.
Yeah, and really impressive how Dwenger cleaned up the mistakes from last week. You got to think, too, yeah, you get an extra day playing on Saturday night, but that was a triple overtime game.
Right.
And I was curious how Homestead and Dwenger would respond from that. Obviously, Homestead had no problems last night with Snyder, and Dwenger's playing their best game of the year. So, man, sometimes you wonder with those overtime wars like that, how much does it take it out of the team? But these teams look good.
So fourth down and about 6. And into kick. I believe that is Simon Garrett, number 17.
And I think when Carroll watches this tape, it's going to be frustrating because it almost felt like Carroll was just a little bit impatient at times, Tim.
I agree. Back deep is Englert. The boot by Garrett. Garrett, outstanding spiral kick. Englert took it and fell. And the whistle was blown. They're going to mark it way up there.
I can't believe he caught that.
That was a heck of a catch.
That was a heck of a catch in the wind over your shoulder. That just shows you how good Engler's hands are. But, you know, with Carroll, it'll be interesting to see how they respond from this. Obviously, the 3 picks were huge, and there's some mistakes, but there's a lot of things you could clean up and maybe game plan a little bit different. And you're right. I mean, you get South next week, and then you got the big game of the year with Homestead.
Right. 46 seconds left. Becker and the shotgun. Low snap, he picks it. Blitz comes again. A little out from Hedgecock, and they'll stop the clock at 41 seconds.
Boy, Hedgecock's looked good tonight, hasn't he? He's running those crisp routes, and he's good on that out. He comes out of that break with authority, and Becker puts that ball on the money. And, boy, Becker throws a pretty ball, doesn't he?
Yo, it's sweet. It is absolutely sweet. So 40 seconds left. Becker, another out here to Hedgecock, same route for Hedgecock and the pitch and catch as they move it down the field. 37.9 left.
Carroll's got so many weapons on the outside, and it's interesting. You know, if Carroll can find a little more balance, and I thought Lazoff at times ran hard, if they can find a little more balance, they'll be a dangerous team the rest of the way.
So Becker, and we have a flag. And offsides on Dwenger. That'll be a 5-yard penalty, first down.
Yeah, you don't want to make those mistakes, okay? You got this game won by 10 points, but you don't want to make foolish mistakes. And it's interesting with Carroll, obviously the big matchup with Homestead in a couple of weeks, but that 6A sectional too. Warsaw's back in that sectional now. So Snyder, Homestead, Carroll, and Warsaw in that 6A sectional.
Becker looking to throw, is hit again, and nearly picked. Good play on the ball. We'll bring up 2nd and 10 with 31 seconds left.
And that's a lot of hits on Becker tonight. We're going to be interesting to see how Becker feels next week, but that's a lot of hits on your quarterback. And as awesome as Becker is, I always worry a little bit about that, Tim, with all the hits.
We got a flag here. We'll bring it back.
Yeah, it's going to be holding on Dwenger, and that's the second penalty. And still 31 seconds left, so Carroll's got a chance maybe to go down and make this a 3-point game, but Jason Garrett won't be happy about those penalties.
Here's Becker in the pistol. Becker, 30 seconds. Good pump fake. Via cable out on it. Englert in the end zone. And what a play once again by Colin Vance. Putting a deflection on the ball. And Englert looks to be okay because he fell into the field goal post. That could have been dangerous.
It's a great play by Vance to close on that play. And I thought Englert was going to make another highlight reel catch, but Vance just breaks down, recovers, and makes the play.
Becker. Throws it out here to Hedgecock once again. Did get a foot down. 17 seconds. You're complete. First down.
Yeah, nice pitch and catch that time to Coverstone, and nice play out there.
1st and 10. Becker back in the shotgun. No timeouts for Carroll. Down by 10. 17.5 left. And Dwenger's going to take their final timeout of the game and talk about it just to make sure, give a little breather as well. But 17.5 left, and we've said it over and over again, but Brendan Lytle, so special. As we're taking a look, go ahead, Joe, at the Dwenger rest of their schedule.
Yeah, I was looking at that. They got Concordia next week
Right.
at home. Now, Concordia is difficult. That defense with Concordia
Strong.
is strong. And then you got the big game with Lures. And then you got Snyder at home in Northrop. So a very manageable slate. Dwenger's got a good shot to finish up 8-1. And when you look at the polls, you know, Dwenger came into this game. They were ranked number 5 in the coaches' poll. So Dwenger's in good shape of where they're going to be. Now, come sectional, Dwenger will have to go through Northside again.
Right.
But we'll see who shows up for Northside. But Dwenger's in good shape to sit back and finish off their season and, you know, come down to that Homestead and Carroll game.
17.5 remaining in this ball game. Becker, 1st and 10. Pulls it down and will hop out of bounds. Clock stopped, just under 12 seconds left. Minimal gain, if any.
Yeah, just keeps looking, just keeps playing hard. And, wow, is he so quick in that pocket. You know, Deuce Taylor's such a thrower. You know, he's such a great thrower. But, boy, Becker, you know, with that run-pass option game that we see now in college and a lot of the college football, he could be so dynamic.
Becker in the shotgun. Pressured by Pisa. Pisa gets another sack. What an outstanding defensive performance by Sam Pisa.
Yeah, awesome by Pisa. Becker tries to get away, but Pisa drops the pads and scrapes and makes the play. Boy, Pisa on those blitz from the outside. Carroll just hasn't had an answer for that tonight.
So will be there's a penalty marker down.
Sideline.
And sideline again, this one on Dwenger. So with 1.1 left. A little unnecessary, I think, but
yeah. How do you not get excited when Pisa runs backside and scrapes and makes that tackle? How awesome are the Dwenger linebackers?
Tremendous.
Just tremendous and so well coached and just fantastic to the ball.
Yeah. Outstanding game defensively, completely. The DBs stepped up their ball game. They knew what they were in for with Coverstone, Englert, and now Hedgecock going along with Bowden Hyde as well, and they have stepped up big tonight. So it will be Becker with 1.1 left, down by 10. Becker, and this will be the last play, barring a penalty, as Pisa. Becker scrambles, throws it deep in the corner of the end zone. Mason Englert can't get to it, and that is the final. Congratulations to the Bishop Dwenger Saints as they win by 10, and we have a 3-way tie for the SAC, Joe.
What a great high school football game, and wow, what a game. Look at the guys. They hand their helmets up out of respect to each other. What a great game. I like that. You know that? I think that's a lot of class. They put the helmet in the air out of love and respect to each other. But that was a great high school football game by a couple of great teams.
What an outstanding matchup we saw here tonight, as we've talked about. Brendan Lytle, what a tremendous game, really controlling his squad. KJ Tippmann coming up huge on a late run where he broke out of about 17 tacklers. What a game for Dwenger as they now move on, and they're 4-1.
Lytle's a winner. Lytle was sharp tonight. The ball came out fast, and I liked how Dwenger got aggressive early on and attacked with the pass. And I tell you what, Henry O'Keefe was a monster tonight with the yards after catch. And then after Dwenger established their pass game and took control, they come back with that sledgehammer and KJ Tippmann. And that was just I think the game plan was excellent. Dwenger's always been well coached, and tonight those kids executed. And, for Carroll, you had a lot of mistakes. There's a lot of things to clean up there. And really, you got to pick your head up and play hard the rest of the way because you got a Homestead in 2 weeks. But Becker's awesome and dynamic. But I also want to say those Dwenger defensive backs, hats off tonight. Big game.
What an outstanding game all around from Dwenger. But don't get it twisted. Carroll is not out of this by any means because they can take down Homestead in a couple of weeks. So, but what a great night here, Joe, Saturday night. It was awesome you joining me for the first time. I had a lot of fun.
Absolutely.
Hope the listeners had fun at home. It's still limited fans here in the stands, but outstanding stuff.
Outstanding. And I want to thank all the sponsors for sponsoring the kids and sponsoring high school football because we can come out and do these games and we enjoy them and love them so much, but we can also highlight these kids. And the more scholarships I see that these kids get and the more these kids go on to college and play ball, it's just exciting. So I really want to thank the sponsors and Jeff and you and everybody that pitches in to make this go for Summit City.
We always appreciate that, Joe, and no question we appreciate the businesses around the community giving back to the community that they love so much, including yourself. But right now, let's sign off. Let's go home. Let's relax a little bit. Dwenger's going to enjoy it. But until next week, for Hunter Sosenheimer, Joe Walborn, I am Tim Atkinson. You have been watching the Summit Athletic Conference right here from SummitCitySports.com.
Sure, we have to do this. A bit of a hill.
His mother said, if you're coming to school, you got to bring your sister because they have to go and work in the fields. So this kid carries his 1-year-old sister everywhere. A lot of those kids don't eat in the morning. A lot of those kids, the only place they do eat is at that school.
I thought going up that mountain, Mary's meals can reach everywhere that there's a hungry child.
Do you see what happens after a simple meal? It just came to life.
Love reaches everywhere.
Parkview Sports Medicine's integrated sports medicine team is built to serve the needs of all athletes in all sports. Our team's only goal is to improve athletes in every facet. PSM offers performance training to help athletes get better on the field, dedicated athletic rehabilitation and physical therapy to help them get better off of it, certified athletic trainers in our PSM schools providing daily support to our athletes, and a specialized orthopedic walk-in clinic when injury strikes. Call 260-266-4007 to speak to our care navigators or visit ParkviewSportsMedicine.com to learn more about what we can do to improve athletes at all levels. Parkview Sports Medicine. Become more.
Welcome to the Summit City, home to the 260's dedicated high school athletes and fans. Each victory and celebration captured by our cameras. Treasure the highlights from the Summit Athletic Conference this season or complete games live or on demand. After all, nobody's more proud to call Fort Wayne home than SummitCitySports.com.
Joint pain, sprains, strains, or a possible broken bone? Make the Parkview Ortho Express walk-in clinic your first stop when you have an orthopedic or sports injury. Parkview Ortho Express, located at the Sport One Parkview Fieldhouse, gives you access to quick care and orthopedic physicians when you need it most. Get x-rays, treatment, and referrals to Parkview Care, all in the convenience of a walk-in clinic. Call 260-266-4007 for more information.
This is an invitation to join a movement propelled by people who care and members who have a share in the place they bank.
Good morning, Sam.
So when you have the chance to get your first home loan, you know an expert will guide you every step of the way, or when it's time to buy your new car, you'll be treated like more than just a credit score.
Good news, ProFed can get you that payment.
This is an invitation to a place where simply belonging can help enrich your whole community. ProFed Credit Union. You're invited.
I was once a Southside kid who was led on a journey by high school football. A journey that taught me discipline, toughness, and the skills that made me a success. As a businessman with a CPA license who owns his own firm, I still use the building blocks of high school sports in my everyday life. Someday sports will end no matter what level you reach, but you will be left with the skills to compete in the next game, the game of life.
Someday, you'll get your knee replaced. Someday, a new hip. Someday can be sooner than you think. At Parkview Ortho Hospital, we want to help you get moving again. So we offer a full range of options for joint pain, including outpatient joint replacements and personalized solutions. It's time to reclaim your life at Parkview Ortho Hospital, because someday is today. Learn more at parkview.com/ortho. Parkview, we believe in better.
Thank you for watching Summit City Sports. To help broaden our coverage, we're asking you to become a monthly sponsor to our Patreon account. We produce weekly highlights and live video broadcast. When the Homestead girls golf team won its first state title in program history, we were there. When Fort Wayne brought back 3 state titles in cross country, we were there. We believe in sharing positive stories and setting the standard for how high school sports should be covered. Join us and donate today.
The Kelly Automotive Group is simple, transparent, reliable. Simple. Our customer specialists make buying a car easy and fun. Transparent. Our price listed is the best price. No hassle, no gimmicks. Reliable. Buy with confidence and peace of mind. We work hard to ensure the best value however you shop. Come see us in Decatur at the 2733 Auto Mall and shop 7 brands in one location. The Kelly Automotive Group. Simple, transparent.